San Antonio's Sports Center.
Cowboys' newly signed defensive end Jadeveon Clowney says he is expected to make his debut this Sunday when the Cowboys travel to Chicago to take on the Bears. Houston Texans fall to 0-2 thanks to a last-minute touchdown drive by Baker Mayfield last night. Bucs get the win over the Texans 20-19. Chargers win the nightcap on Monday Night Football. They beat the Raiders 20-9.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Let's go on a Tuesday afternoon. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and we're happy to have you along riding with us on a Tuesday. What's going on?
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Yeah?
You're right. I mean,
It
you
is
started
Tuesday.
that, all this Tom Brady stuff, and I was just ready for the LFG. Sounded very Tom Brady-ish.
Well, I was going to say LFG.
Yeah.
And then I thought, what's a family show?
Well, I mean, you're just saying.
LFG.
Yeah.
Mommy, what's that mean?
Let's freaking go.
Kids these days.
Yeah. I know it.
Huh.
Unbelievable.
Uh-huh.
Unbelievable. It's been a great day, though. Nothing out of the ordinary happening, but, it's a good day so far.
Well, it is a good day.
Yeah.
It was a good day. Ended last night for some of us that went 2-0 last night.
Well, I was just telling Pledge how his Texans screwed me to the wall last night. So
I mean, if you had listened to me, you'd have known that was going to happen.
That wasn't going to happen.
I picked them. I told you that yesterday. Sam, right now on the YouTube channel. Talk about bad luck. Changed both games at the last second.
Wow.
Bummer.
Well, I split last night because actually I bet on the Texans and I bet on the Chargers, so it was a push for me last night.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take that. That's okay.
It works.
But it did drop me to second place in our San Antonio Sports Star Pro Football Pick'em.
Yeah, so you still had a pretty good week, is what you're saying.
Well, I still had a good week, but it dropped me to second place.
So,
I don't like that.
So you're not a winner anymore.
Well, I'm. It's early.
It's early. I mean, in reality, there's a couple people now tied for first and several people tied for second.
Well, if Pledge's Texans wouldn't have screwed me last night, I'd be in first place.
I'm way down there tied for seventh. Although in our Friday Prime picks, I think Pledge has leapfrogged us both. Pledge had a hell of a week.
Well, he did.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I think we were 6-4. He was 7-3. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're no longer in the lead.
I'm tied for the lead.
It didn't last.
Which means you are the only one looking up.
Are you tied,
at me and Pledge?
Are you tied for the lead or tied with me for second? I don't know. I haven't added them up yet.
I'm going to look at it that way.
So no, tied
early,
for the lead.
Though, right?
It's early.
Way early.
It's early.
Way early.
It's early. Some things are late though. Because I found in my bag, I forgot to give this to you yesterday at the Rue Pub. And I know your birthday is not until November, but I was at the Cowboys game Sunday.
Oh, you got a gift for me?
I did.
Wow.
Now, the area that I was at, you don't pay for anything.
Yeah.
The alcohol, the food, it's stupid and incredible. But you can buy Yetis.
Okay.
Those and they're not cheap.
No.
They're not cheap. And I should have gave this to you yesterday, but I forgot. And really my wife, because I saw this and I was like, and apparently you can only buy them at the game, and every game they're going to have different players featured. So you have to make the purchase then
if you want that player.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
If you're watching on YouTube, I'll show you before I show Joe. I mean, who knew that Fergalicious was Yeti quality? But happy early birthday, my friend.
Well, thank you very much.
And the fact that I didn't put any alcohol in there.
And since I discovered this young man.
Yes.
It's also got CD Lamb on there, too.
Yeah,
which
but
is,
we won't worry about
cool.
that.
That's all right.
Yeah, because I know you're just going to – your OCD will have Fergie's ass staring at you the whole time because that's what you fell in love with when we were in Oxnard.
Well, Ferguson had a hell of a game, too.
He did.
He had a hell of a game on Sunday.
Yep.
And CD Lamb did as well. So I got 2 stars of the show.
Here we go.
Absolutely. That's what it boils down to.
Well, thank you, Minix.
You're
That's very
welcome.
kind of you. That's a nice roadie cup right there.
It's a Yeti. That's exactly what they're meant for when you're sitting out by the pool and doing whatever.
Yeah, hell of a guy.
What
Thank
you
very
need is
much.
another Yeti, but there you go.
That. That's very kind of you.
It's amazing when you've been drinking a lot, the purchases you make.
A little more sentimental after a few drinks.
Well, like I said, really you should thank my wife because, I saw it and I'm like, I ain't spending that. And then going back, it's like, what the hell? Get it? Sure.
How nice.
Because you can't get them any other. Once those ones are gone, they're gone.
Your wife is truly your better half. So, I mean, there's no question about that. It's not even close.
There's no argument.
So, right.
Nobody would argue that.
That's good. I thank you to the Minixes.
Yeah.
Jason
You're welcome.
and Joanna.
Happy early birthday.
Well, I appreciate that.
I mean, pledge, mark this down, put it in the calendar or whatever for his birthday so I know, and more importantly, he knows. Because, even though you're going to be 60, whatever, you still act like a college girl around your birthday.
Yes.
You want the whole month, but your birthday's early in the month, and that pisses you off.
Well, and not really. I kind of like. I don't want it closer to Thanksgiving. I think it's November 4th, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Not that you won't hear that 100 times.
Which is
late October.
Election day, by the way. I might hopefully get a birthday gift from the voters of Bexar County.
Yeah.
When they approve what they need to approve for the Spurs' new
Project Rheinagel.
Yes, that's it.
Project Marvel.
I think it should have in parentheses, Rheinagel.
I think we want this approved, right?
Yes.
I mean, because we all know you are a project. An expensive one at that.
If I'm a project, somebody's not been doing a good job working that project.
I mean, you're like I-35 construction.
Exactly. Goes on forever.
They say they're making progress. I just don't see it.
Oh, man. You do see it, which is kind of nice. And when I'm driving, because I live off 1604, so it's kind of nice when you get on there and you say, oh wait, that's open. That's kind of cool. I like that. This is open. It's like little things. It's like little gifts.
The new flyovers at I-10 and 1604.
Yeah, but they only go one direction. They only go to downtown San Antonio. At least if you're traveling west on 1604. It is true, because I tried to go. I couldn't go west on 10. I could only go east on 10. Now, that's if you're headed east. Now, maybe it's different the other way.
Yeah, if you're coming, because when I went to, because you didn't go, the Mike Elko Coaches Night at Pedrati's Ranch on I-10, took the flyover, went all the way around. I thought I was going to be stuck in traffic for a while, but it had just opened. Then the other day, I went 1604 I-10 like you're heading back downtown. I think that's cool, and they've got the other side now that's merging traffic, which is kind of interesting. But where you get onto the I-10 part, they need to widen that. They need to, they spitting you out off that ramp. There needs to be a little bit more road there.
Yeah, there's no wiggle room.
Yeah,
there
there's
at all.
none. You got 2 lanes and a half of one with traffic.
Well, and my wife, who likes to go to some of these meetings, she was told that in 2027, the entire project will be done.
In 2027.
2027.
Yeah.
That's the goal, to have it done sometime in 2027. Now, I don't remember if she got an actual month in 2027.
December.
Yep. 31st.
With delays.
Yes.
Either way.
Either
way. I mean, but I-35 will never end.
I'm sure
there were parts of it. And by the time they get it done, it's going to be so far behind, they're going to have to start over.
Of course. Or then the city will have grown that much more, so it's like, well, we got to widen it again.
Yep.
And put up more overpass. Those things are high.
They are.
Some of them are really up there.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that.
What?
Well, they get those things that high up there.
Well, because somebody's selling them more concrete.
Well, apparently so. I just,
It is kind of weird when you're going over the top of buildings.
Yes.
Like, huh?
Dude. Because there's nowhere to go to the side.
Yeah.
You have to go straight
You
up.
well, I mean, any major city, they have tall buildings because they got to build up, not wide.
So when,
right?
10 years from now we're flying in spaceships, I guess we'll be okay.
You think that'll be 10 years?
I have no idea, dude.
I mean,
when
when did the Simpsons say we'd be pulling the Jetsons for real? Because the Simpsons seem to have everything almost right.
Well, I remember watching the Jetsons as a kid.
I mean, you would.
I did.
I mean, you remember watching Robert Redford as a young man.
That's sad.
That one was a
very
gut
sad.
punch today.
Yeah, that
and
was.
the fact that he was only 89.
89 years old.
I don't know why I felt like he was older.
He
was still here until today.
He was a handsome fella in his young days.
He was.
Didn't age well, did he?
He's 89.
I'm just saying.
Stop.
I'm just saying. I love that guy. See, there's movies that I remember that nobody else does, like The Sting. Remember that with him and Paul Newman?
I can't say that I remember that.
You need to watch it.
As a young kid. I used to have platinum blonde hair as a baby until I don't know 5 or 6. My mom was very upset today that Robert Redford passed away, and that was way too long of a phone call for that. But reminded that she used to call me her little Robert Redford because my hair was so blonde back then.
Well,
and apparently used to be on the little riding horse singing "I'm a Rhinestone Cowboy."
I don't know. Your mother?
Yeah, my mother.
Well,
yeah.
Dude, you've got a face only a mother could love.
Well, I mean, my wife,
Robert Redford, brother.
Well, I didn't say that I was, but as a toddler with the platinum blonde hair, apparently that was the thing.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
I
did watch The Sting, dude. It's a good movie. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Spy Game.
Which one?
Spy Game.
I guess I haven't seen that one.
Watch it. Him and Brad Pitt.
Well, The Natural. You've seen The Natural, haven't you? Yeah, that was incredible. All right. Well, R.I.P. to Robert Redford.
Yeah.
Too bad. It kind of sucks when
He's 89.
89.
This is when you could literally say, had a good run.
He did.
Yeah. You all right?
I'm going to
getting a little choked up here?
Yeah, I think I'm going to make it, yeah. I saw that this morning, and I'm like, damn.
Well, we all did.
Well, now the good news is a lot of his movies are going to be coming out, and you get to watch them again.
Well, they've been out, sir.
Well, I'm just saying, but they'll come back. They'll bring them back just as a remembrance.
You realize you've got a little device. You can go watch whatever you want from whenever you want.
Damn, that's right. I sure do.
I mean, you don't have to wait for them. It's not going to come out at the Alice Cineplex with
the
two
Rialto
screens.
Theater,
yes.
buddy. Yeah, or the Sagewood Theater. That was the other one with the 2 screens. Yeah.
Down in Alice?
Yeah.
Alice, Texas. It was called the Sagewood?
Sagewood Theater, yeah.
Copper Cove had the Cove Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, our new releases were a year old.
We had 2 screens, buddy. That was big time. We were big city. Big city.
Mm-hmm. 2, huh?
Yeah.
One for the kids and one for your parents.
Who knew? For growing up in Alice, Texas, man, that was a big deal. Ooh, 2 screen.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Have I mentioned yet today that the Texans screwed me last night? Pledges Texas.
The Texans didn't screw. Yeah. If you would have listened to me, you would have known that Tampa Bay was going to win that game.
I'm just saying, if you would have told me, and we're going to get into this coming up next, but if you would have told me that the offense would get the lead with 3 minutes or so to play, that Texans defense would have been able to make that happen. That didn't happen. I'm crying about the Houston Texans. Baker Mayfield, we've already got a guy on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page who's got him the early MVP leader, Baker Mayfield.
Leader?
Well, that's what he said. I'm just saying what he said. Mm-hmm. He was spectacular last night. And this whole Tom Brady thing, interesting stuff. If you watched any of the Chargers-Raiders game last night, Brady was Taylor Swift last night. They kept showing him in the booth. We're talking about it all when we continue here on the Blitz, a 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
2 weeks of the NFL in the books. Hopefully you've made some money making picks on Underdog, the best place to make your picks and win money all season long. And, of course, you can play here in Texas, and it's easy to do. Pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats. Touchdowns, rushing yards, receiving yards, interceptions, sacks. Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you can play for as little as $1. So make sure you download the Underdog app. Use my promo code STAR when you sign up to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. Again, promo code STAR. Millions of fans have already won billions of dollars making picks on Underdog. I didn't win any money this weekend last night. CJ Stroud. Almost had 5 for 5 on one, but CJ Stroud. Thank you, sir. You going to be next? I'm going to try again, starting Thursday. Promo code STAR Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Cowboys are in Chicago taking on the Bears at Soldier Field. Pre-game at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Argo Group offers a full line of specialty insurance products and services designed to meet the unique coverage and claims handling needs of businesses. As a local employer, Argo contributes to the San Antonio community too, donating to more than 20 area nonprofits last year. Visit argogroup.com to learn how tailored strategies and global expertise can support your business. That's argogroup.com. Argo, we help businesses stay in business.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Bourbon and Brews is back, baby, and we're honoring the pursuit of brews and barrel-aged bourbon every single Friday. You need to head to Twin Peaks from 5 to 7 to experience a lingerie costume party paired with exceptional bourbons, tastings, and giveaways. That's only at Twin Peaks. Cheers!
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet? RV wins! Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach? RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump day on the Morning Huddle. What are we going to do? Let's start looking at college football. That's right, big week coming up for the Big 12.
Big 12 football, SEC football has matters. So much to do. I cannot wait. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Happy you're along with us on this Tuesday afternoon. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe, he's Jason, and Tom's in trouble. Maybe.
No, he's not. He's Tom Brady.
He's Tom Brady. He can do whatever he wants.
Tom Brady gave up Giselle because she wanted him to stop working and spend more time with the family. And now all that guy does is work, whether it's on TV, with the steam, and he wants everybody to know he's working. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, look, I'll admit, and we'll have our opinions on this, but it's not a good look. If you're a number one Fox analyst, and you're sitting up in the Raiders coach's box with a headset on, and then Pete Carroll admits that they talk to Brady all the time.
Well, because they're talking to Tom Brady, the owner, not Tom Brady, the Fox broadcaster. And Tom Brady, maybe he's a quarterback consultant. I saw Geno Smith throw 3 interceptions last night. You need more time with Tom, apparently.
So you don't have any problem?
Now, I got a lot of problems with it, to be honest. I just don't know what you can do about it when the NFL says there's no rule that says he can't do that. Everybody wants to bag on Jerry, who's the owner and the general manager. You got the Colts owner on the sideline, and sure, they don't work for the TV network, but he's not allowed at practices. He's not allowed in the building. He is a part of meetings on Zoom or the occasional off-site interview that he does. If I'm Fox, I have a bigger problem with this than the NFL, because I've got to believe, as competitive as we know the NFL is, and as secretive as every coach is, they're not being as honest in those productions meeting with Fox with Tom Brady being zoomed in. Those meetings, a lot of times, from what I'm told, because obviously I've never done those, but I'll go back to my own personal experiences when I was doing games in the Alliance, and the amount of information that you would get from the opposing coaches. I was the Commanders radio guy, and he was like, yeah, this tight end's in my lineup. He's not going to play. This is who's going to play. So, and his name is hard to say. Here's how you say it. He's going to get a lot of snaps. Or this guy, it's a bad matchup, so you're probably going to see a lot more. They give you that kind of information to help you have a better broadcast. That they understand the entertainment side of what they do. None of that actually ever makes the air, right? Other than you're more prepared for those particular situations. And there's that trust. And if you violate that trust, you're never going to get it again. I've got high school coaches that will tell me, hey, we're going to run a trick play. This is what we call it. This is the situation in which you might actually see it. Why? Because they know it's going to be a better broadcast if as a broadcaster, you're kind of prepared for it. The surprise element for me isn't the same as the defense. Situation, I see it, all right, and here comes that call. That's what you can get out of those calls, and I don't know that Fox is getting that same kind of information if Tom Brady is sitting there.
Well, here's the deal, and I'll respond to that. If you're Tom freaking Brady, you can look out on the field and pretty much know what the hell they're going to do. I don't think there's any secrets. Tom Brady's seen it all, and I don't think there's any secrets, and I don't think he has to be told. You do. Tom Brenneman probably does. Tom Brady does not. He's seen everything. He's won Super Bowls, and I don't think it matters a hill of beans what the coaches are telling him or how it is. He's going to look out there. He knows the formation, and he's pretty confident in what they're going to do.
I mean, to a degree, yes. But for how long? Remember when Tony Romo first went to CBS?
Yeah.
And what was it? Nostradamus, Romo Stradamus, or whatever his nickname became, because he was predicting things before it happened. And you know what you don't hear him doing anymore is that, because he was away from the game, didn't know the guys, wasn't studying the film the same, and you lose some of that because now he's broadcasting games of guys he didn't go against, of coaches he didn't go against. He doesn't. So, yeah, Tom Brady had that. How long will he have that? And different coaches and their trick plays and really what the trick plays are, how it's going to be. There's still some valuable insight that Tom Brady as a Fox broadcaster needs to get.
And he'll get it from Tom Brenneman, unless they're not telling Tom anything.
Well, I mean, which certainly a possibility. The other side of it, you know, Tirico telling the story about how Bijan Robinson wants to pronounce his name. You know, that's kind of the fun stuff that you get with the player interactions. My only problem is that why did you wait on that until the third quarter to tell us that story, NBC? Because, you know, remember Patrick's mom? Hey, it's not Pat, it's Patrick, right? But that was a fun story that you can get from somebody. My only problem with NBC is they held that until the third quarter. That would have been a good first quarter story time.
Well, Chris Collinsworth probably said, no, we're not doing it that way, Mike.
Yeah.
I own NBC.
That's what it was.
Yeah, you see my kid down there? He's horrible, but he's down there because I own NBC.
He's in the Lucky Sperm Club. I got you.
Holy cow, please. I don't have an issue with it. I really don't have an issue with it. And Fox is not going to do anything because Brady is popular, and people are they're going to watch anyway. Let's face it. But I'm just saying they're paying the dude $375 million. They don't give a damn. They could care less what he's doing.
Well, that's
and
it.
He knows it, and that's why he's not afraid to sit in that booth when he knows cameras are going to be on it.
They're going to be on it, and again, he's technically not breaking any rules. I also wonder, though, from a recruiting standpoint, you're talking to all these coaches informally. Are you interviewing all these coaches? And he's
Who knows?
He is Tom Brady. He can do what he wants.
He can do what he wants
within the rules.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with it. I don't. I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I just think it's a bad look. And I would prefer he not do that. I mean, if you're going to be on a headset, you can be somewhere else where you're not in view of a camera. But I just don't think Tom Brady gives a damn because he's Tom Brady and he knows nothing's going to happen to him.
The other part of that, though, is the way I understand the rules in the NFL. You can't have a cell phone in there. You can't have any other communication device outside of what the NFL allows. So you think you could do more from a suite, but there's ways if you're in the suite, like Jerry, until he goes down to the sideline, has no way of communicating with Schottenheimer on the sideline because the owner's box doesn't have communication.
No.
The GM box, Nick Caserio, can't call down to D'Amico and ask one of his players, would you mind tackling somebody here? Tampa Bay is about to steal this game after we got the lead, but your great defense is going to let them go all the way down the field and score. Nick Caserio can't buzz down and say that to D'Amico Ryans.
Well, somebody needed to say it to somebody because they were missing tackles all over the place on that last drive.
Dude.
By the way, just let me correct myself. It's Kevin Burkhardt. I misspoke. I said Tom Brenneman.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it, but I'm corrected. I was wrong. You were right.
I mean, that you were just using Tom as an example, not as Brady's partner.
Well, no.
I was going to let that slide,
I know
thinking you were just throwing out a broadcaster.
No. It's Kevin Burkhardt.
All right.
They do look alike. Well, maybe not.
No, I mean, they're dudes.
I just don't have an
And it
issue
ends
with it.
there.
And look, what do you guys think about it? We've got some comments here on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. As some like it, some don't. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. Obviously, Jason's not thrilled by the idea. I just think it's a bad look. But if you've got a comment, go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Like and subscribe said page. You can also get Jason at Jason Minix on Twitter, at Joe Reinagle 210, or you can do it the old-fashioned way and give us a call, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. I'd kind of like to know throughout the show what you think about this, because there's a lot of people out there, talking heads, that don't like it at all.
It's just because it's, like you said, it's not a good look. Is there an unfair advantage? Is there a perceived unfair advantage? And I also think with your Tom Brenneman, you really got those confused. Tells me a lot about where the Fox broadcast is in general now that Troy and Joe are at ESPN, Tirico and Collinsworth, Nance and Romo, that Burkhart and Brenneman, not close to the same, but don't have that same national pull, if you will.
Well,
that you just don't automatically know who you're listening to. Quite frankly, week one, I watched a good portion of the Jets game and didn't realize that was J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
That was calling the game.
Mm-hmm.
Did a hell of a job, but I didn't know who it was.
I didn't know who it was. And, there's a lot of times, depending on what you're doing, that I'm not listening to the announcers that close. I want to see what happens in the action. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But I think that's a great point that you bring up, because you're right. If I know Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, and they're on Monday Night Football. I know Collinsworth and Mike Tirico are on Sunday Night Football. You know that.
Well,
even though I might disdain for Collinsworth, I know he's the guy.
The number one crew for Fox, even with Tom Brady, you just don't automatically know. But when you hear Tom, you know it's Tom. When you hear Greg Olsen, you know it's Greg. But you don't know, is that Joe Davis or is that Kevin Burkhardt?
Right, so Joe Davis, is that who works with Olsen now?
I think.
I'm not sure, but
he's the one doing a lot of the baseball that Joe Buck used to do too.
Interesting, but I didn't even think about that. That's a damn good point, Minix.
That's what I'm here for.
Well, you have your moments. Yeah, you really do. You have your moments. Jerry Jones had a moment. He explains glory hole.
Again.
On the radio.
Again.
On 105.3 The Fan.
It is the absolute glory hole.
Yeah, but he was thinking about two different definitions.
I want me some glory hole.
He was, and he was. And we're going to hear from Jera coming up when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Want to talk to you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. If you've listened to this program at all, I love talking about Stevens Roofing. Family-owned company, local company, and that matters. It really does matter. Not to mention the fact they've been in business for a long, long time, so they're doing it right. All of that matters. First of all, they live here, and they've lived here for a very long time. They know what the weather can do to your roof and how it can damage it, how it can wear it out, all of those kinds of things. So they are experts at the weather and what it does to your roof. If you think you've got a problem, it's been a while since you've had your roof checked out. Maybe you've been in a house for a long time that might be time for a new roof. All of those things, here's what you need to do. You need to call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. They're going to send out an experienced team. They'll get up on your roof. They'll inspect the roof for free, make sure it's sealed, secure, energy efficient. Just want to make sure you're protected for the long haul. So when they get down, they'll give you a report. This is what we found. This could use some care. This can't. Or they might say, you know what, your roof is fine. Call us back in 5 years. We'll come check it out again. That's what they do. They take care of their customers. You need that experienced team. So don't forget Stevens Roofing and Solar. In fact, write down this number now if you can, or give them a call right now if you can, 210-785-0994, or You can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
The Fall Golf Classic is sold out, but the party's just getting started. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star invites everyone, yes, even if you aren't playing, to the official Fall Golf Classic after party happening Monday, September 29th at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road. Mad props to this year's tournament sponsor, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, who hits back when life hits hard, and plenty of Sports Star love to Flight by Yingling and PPM Motorhomes too. The Blitz with Jason and Joe kicks off the party live at 2 p.m. So sneak out of work early, call it networking, and raise a glass with us. So whether you're playing in the Classic or just want to crash the party, you're officially invited to the Sports Stars Golf Classic After Party at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, Monday, September 29th at 2 p.m. sharp. Details at sasportstar.com. See you at the Break Room Bar. Golf shoes not required.
Transforming your land with a John Deere compact tractor is as easy as connect, latch, load, haul, spread. Cutting grass is as simple as roll, click, mow. Box blading is as effortless as hook, lock, grade. And backhoeing is as convenient as turn around, switch, dig. Because when you've got the versatility to tackle just about any job and dealer support in your own backyard, you just have to get in the seat. Find the right compact tractor for you at johndeere.com.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/sports. openphone.com/SPORTS.
This is not a drill. Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty event is on, now through September 18th. That means 50% off daily beauty steals from brands like MAC and Yves Saint Laurent. And score weekly beauty steals on faves like Kapari Beauty and Peach and Lily. Plus, say hello to Just Drop products from Charlotte Tilbury and Live Tinted. Don't wait. Over 250 beauty steals at 50% off is on everyone's to-do list. Shop in-store, online, or try pickup today. While supplies last, conditions apply. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Well, Jerry Jones was pretty happy after the Cowboys pulled out a win against the New York Giants on Sunday. He was very festive. Today, he seemed a little tired, if you will. Maybe it was early. He was on 105.3 The Fan there in Dallas. And speaking with the guys there about a variety of things.
He was, and I mean, not often you hear Jerry and think, dude, just sounds tired. Was he in the middle of the nap? Did he just wake up? Had he not had his morning whatever? I don't know if he's coffee, tea, Johnny Walker, whatever he does first thing in the morning, right? But he was in New York? So he was at a meeting, maybe, probably an early flight, private jet up there.
Wow. How does Pledge know all this?
Well, because he listened to the whole interview and we listened to cut-ups.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Obviously, everybody has been saying, pay Brandon Aubrey. Get Butter paid.
Well, he certainly is coming, and we'll be looking at that. Probably have had communication since the kick, but he's certainly in the future.
Well, yeah, he should be. I mean, the guy, he was, if not the MVP of that football game, certainly one of them. He was fantastic. That 64-yarder, 62-yarder, it had 10, 15 yards to spare.
I saw some next-gen stats that said it would have been good from 80, which is incredible. And yeah, he's going to get paid. No Micah Parsons. I don't know that you could overpay Brandon Aubrey at this point in his career. I can't wait to see what those numbers are, though, because we're all going to look at it and go, for a kicker? But he is that important to the team. You know, they did get Jadeveon Clowney signed. And I know when Stephen Jones was on with us last Thursday, as he is every Thursday, I'd asked him about Stephon Gilmore or any kind of help for that secondary. And Jerry did say help is on the way.
We've got help on the way. We've got we are talking about in the secondary. And, yes, we've got help on the way, and it's internally. And, of course, Bland wasn't out there. And we've got certainly Ravel, our outstanding young corner. And frankly, maybe one of the best corners as a young corner that I've seen us put on the roster. Well, he's on the way, and we'll start looking at him. I think he was, from the start of the first game, he was 4 games out when he would be available for us to get. Once you put him in a certain status, and he wasn't available to start the season, once you put him in the status, he's 4 games away. His injury situation right now will allow him to be there in the 4th game or after the 4th game.
So that's the replacement.
Yeah.
Ravel, he's going to be healthy. That's good. That's why they drafted the guy.
I mean, you got Caleb Williams and then Jordan Love before he's available to you, right? After what we saw Sunday, that ain't soon enough. If Caleb Williams can go out there and do half of what Russell Wilson did, Cowboys could be in trouble. Now, Clowney supposedly is going to be able to play this Sunday, expects to play. That might help some with the pass rush, but pass rush isn't necessarily the biggest problem. Secondary and covering guys is. But it's interesting because, again, Clowney was in, left without a contract. Stephen Jones told us on Thursday, hey, man, it's still a possibility. Don't worry. We're still talking. He, didn't get done today, but we're working on it. So Jerry was asked this morning what changed from when he was in for the visit to signing on Sunday morning before the game?
Not a thing. We just he just wanted to cogitate on it, think about it, and we warned him when he came to the building, and so we all had good visits with him. I had a good visit with him, and we're really pleased to have him in here. He's an outstanding football player, really is, and can help us. He's got he hits the ground running, and he was in the team picture yesterday. We signed his contract there in the draft room, and 10 minutes later he was in the team picture. So, boy, this day and time, a player like that, you can plug him in.
Well, I agree with him. You can plug him in. I mean, come on.
He's in shape. He's ready to go.
Exactly.
I'm just curious because Jerry said he had to go think about it. Jadeveon Clowney said, there's no selling points to join the Cowboys.
I'm really saying they had no selling points for me. I was sold because my whole thing is people like you said, I'm getting older, how much you got left in the tank. But I got 7 primetime games to prove, show the world. So that was my whole thought on coming down here. I get to play primetime and put myself out there again, and, you know, the sky's the limit again for me. And I don't feel like I'm getting old. Terrence Crawford just beat somebody at 38 years old, so I got a lot left in the tank, man. I just got to get back into it and have fun doing it.
No, Clowney just wanted to go back and talk to his agent one-on-one. Said, wait a minute, only $3 million? That's it?
Only 3?
That's all?
But I'm not in the witness protection program like apparently I was in Carolina because I get 7 primetime games. I mean, but you know, there's got to be more than that on why you chose Dallas.
A few reasons. I like the secondary. I like when they got Kenny Clark for the inside. And I said, I think I can help that team. I just needed some edge rushers, and I felt like I can go out here and help this defense. And that's why I told them to call around and see if we can make something happen.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously had a party on Sunday afternoon and did not watch the Cowboys-Giants game.
Well, see, again, though, he probably was impressed with his secondary after the Philadelphia game, and he signed before the Giants game. So after watching the Giants game, did that change his thinking any?
I was watching them compete. That's all I want to see. A lot of guys go out there and compete. As long as you compete, I feel like any mistakes you can correct throughout the weeks and try to limit the mistakes. But as long as you guys going out and compete at a high level, that's what you look for. And I've seen a lot of guys flying around, competing hard, and I was like, okay, I can just join that team and just compete with them guys.
Look, they need him, I guess. You know, I still want to see some of the young guys and what they can do. Jadeveon's a one-year guy. Is he the piece that's going to change the puzzle? I don't know. We'll see. But I think the Cowboys are in pretty good shape on that defensive line. If Clowney makes a difference, then yeah, I guess it's worth it.
Well, and again, he's not Micah Parsons. He knows he's not Micah Parsons. He's not here necessarily to replace Micah Parsons.
No. That's Micah Parsons. I'm just Jadeveon Clowney. I'm coming here and do me and just do my thing and try to help in any way I can and play football.
When the trade happened, though, did you say, like, hey, maybe that's a spot that could use me?
I said I could have been a spot I can use when he was here. Mm-hmm. You know, I felt like they could have used me with him also. I could have helped them. But like I said, everything happened for a reason. And I'm here now. And I'm just, you know, glad and for the opportunity to be here to keep playing football in 12 years. And I just want to, you know, compete, man, and go out there and keep showing. Everybody asks me, what make you want to keep doing this 12 years? You got the money and all, but it's the competition, it's competitive in me, man. And as long as I got that competitive edge and that fire, I feel like no matter my age, I can go out there and do it.
I will say he had a pretty good year stat-wise with Carolina last year, so maybe he does have something left in the tank. He's a big dude. He'll certainly take up some space.
And one of the things when you talk about his stats in Carolina, he was having to drop some in coverage there. And one of the things Eberflus told him is, you ain't going to do that here, man. Everything is moving forward, which for Clowney is good. And that pass rush, I mean, let's face it, especially up until the Green Bay game, the absence of Micah Parsons is going to be a discussion point for the Dallas Cowboys all season long, whether they're playing well without him and saying, see, we didn't need him, or you got guys like Russ that had all days to get back there and cook and go that route. Even Jerry asked this morning, you miss Micah?
Well, I think you can miss Micah at any time, and you can't You can't argue that. I think that of what we have, though, is a defense that when we get it down, we get our gap responsibilities, as they call it. When we get that down, then I think that what we've done will be sound over a period of time. And that's as we add pieces to the defense, and we're going to, just as we did yesterday, then I think that we will take up anything that we have been missing the last two games.
I guess pass rush is about the only thing. They've done a pretty good job against the run. It's the best I've seen the Cowboys defend the run through 2 ball games in years.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think that Kenny Clark trade, at least that portion of it, what Jerry said he wanted to do so far is working out. If you want to talk about the pass rush and missing some of that, and Micah's not here, pick and choose. When Micah was here, okay, he was getting pressure on the quarterback, but it was a sieve right up the middle for running backs to run through. So you got to pick your poison sometime. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Now, one of the other, funny parts of Clowney signing with the Cowboys was something that the agent apparently told one of the media members yesterday, or maybe the group, that he didn't want to have to explain glory hole to Clowney. Because apparently Clowney's heard the jokes, heard him, reference glory hole, wanted to know. And the agent said, you got to ask Jerry himself. And Jerry tried to explain, again, this morning, the term glory hole.
Well, he knows it's an oil field term. Comes from out when you're in the business of drilling wells. And it's when you've basically made a big well, and if mentally or physically picture just drilling a well and all of a sudden having all the oil start coming out at once and going in the air, and that's when you've known you've hit a glory hole.
Jerry,
I'm not going the other place, guys. I'm not going there. Too early in the morning.
I want me some glory hole.
Good stuff from the boys at 105.3 The Fan.
Now, I'm not sure. He said it's too early in the morning. What does he say? I don't know, about 10, 11 at night.
Exactly.
Try to shove it up their ass.
Well.
Exactly what you're thinking.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, I'm glad Jerry explained that. And he's an oil guy. I learned that, watching Landman. They were calling it glory holes.
You'll learn that a gazillion times from Jerry.
It was reinforced.
From Landman.
From Landman.
So you never really truly believed Jerry? You thought he was talking about something else, but would use an oil reference to kind of cover up the innuendo, if you will?
No, I always knew what glory hole was.
Always, huh?
Always.
Mm-hmm.
It is the absolute glory hole.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wonder what I can't remember the reference of that sound bite. Do you remember that? What was the absolute glory? A Super Bowl?
I don't remember.
Well, I don't remember either.
I mean, there's so many Jerryisms out there. I mean, keeping up with all of them are, quite frankly, impossible.
That is the world's smallest violin.
Right? Well, I mean, or...
We were down to the gnat's ass.
I mean, do you remember the references on all of these?
We get to suck on that all week.
Right?
You think I'm an idiot?
Well, I don't know, Jerry. They suck on this all week. Glory hole. I mean,
Candy Lee,
and then Shoddy. We're going to stick it up their ass. I mean, what's going on in Dallas?
Well, I mean, you got Shoddy.
Try to shove it up their ass.
You got Jerry.
Stick it up our ass.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably part of their core values. You might find
spicy and naked.
What the hell's going on in Dallas?
I want me some glory hole.
Yeah.
Well, we'd like to see some more leaves fall. We'd like to see some more action.
I have all the authority in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, what else do you want? We can push more buttons.
It's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I have the privilege and the opportunity to run the NFL.
And that is absolutely true. Jerry runs the NFL. Just like, Chris Collinsworth runs NBC.
Stop.
I mean,
He does not.
He does.
Not even close.
Dude.
Well, that's Daddy.
Are you kidding me? Have you seen his kid? Have you seen him, for that matter? Goodness gracious. Talk about watching football games without the sound on. Sunday night's the perfect time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Now here's a guy.
Oh.
Why do you sound jealous?
He's got a crush on Patrick Mahomes, too, by the way.
Nobody listening has ever thought that.
Just
ever.
saying.
Ever.
No, it's true.
I like I said, nobody has ever thought that.
Well, I can't tell. You being sarcastic?
You're a dumb butt.
Thank you, Pledge.
Oh, my gosh. Middix, what would you think if you were on a surgery table?
As a patient?
Yeah, as a patient.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden your doctor leaves to take care of some urges.
I'm asleep, I hope.
So you don't care what he does?
I mean, at that point, I'm asleep. So I don't know that I'm noticing the doctor's taking a break.
A comfort break is what the article is calling it. We'll explain.
Comfort break.
Since we know what a glory hole is now, according to Jerry, we'll explain what a comfort break is for a
Your
doctor.
definition of what is all in and mine might not be the same thing.
On a comfort break.
On a comfort break. We're talking about it. We continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. You get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas. Services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. UMGC keeps your educational goals attainable with no-cost digital materials replacing textbooks in most courses, reduced tuition rates for eligible service members and their families, and scholarships for those who qualify. Get started here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Thinking about replacing doors or windows? Well, whether it's one, two, or all of them, for the best price and quality, I've got the company for you. Hi, everybody. This is Joe Reinagel from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. For windows and door renovations, call and compare. Whether it's a window or door project at home, or if you're a contractor, windows and door renovations. 210-284-7888. Offering a wide variety of designs, styles, and materials. Save more with window technology that helps maintain your home's temperature, making your AC work less and your electricity bill go down. They're also selling Anderson windows, and all of their work comes with a lifetime warranty. Get the best price. Call now, 210-284-7888. Proudly veteran-owned and committed to supporting our military community. For more information, look them up on Facebook as Windows and Door Renovations. Call today, 210-284-7888.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, during the Raiders game last night, did you catch it? Tom Brady was seen in the Raiders booth with a headset, raising a lot of questions and potential controversy. Brady is a Fox game analyst, but he's also a 5% minority owner of the Raiders. However, the NFL released a statement today saying Tom Brady did not violate any rules by being in the Raiders booth.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Tuesday afternoon in the beautiful city of San Antonio, hope everybody's having a great day on this Tuesday. We certainly are. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. Lots happening, man. This is the best time of year.
It really is. There's so much going on. Hell, basketball starts pretty soon.
What?
Yeah, hoops. Can we redo or rewrite your Sports Center?
Maybe.
Did you really say, did you notice Tom Brady in the booth?
That's what I said, yeah. That was an ad lib, as we call it in the business.
Okay, I mean, we need to change that. I'm sure you couldn't help but notice Tom Brady getting the Taylor Swift treatment last night.
Well, they're both pretty people.
NFL said there's no rules being broken.
None.
I'm a Swiftie.
You know, none whatsoever. But in my mind, I don't have an issue with it like a lot of people do, although it was a bad look.
Bad look.
Bad look. You shouldn't be up there like that. If you're going to be there, I really don't have a problem with it. But, you know, I don't know. You could be somewhere that's out of sight. You can still have the headset on. You can still do whatever it is you were doing last night. I don't have an issue. And then, you know, Pete Carroll during the press conference after the game last night admits he talks to Tom Brady all the time about X's and O's and stuff that they do.
I wonder with Pete and Chip for that matter, how much they actually appreciate that, want to do that, or because he's ownership, he's kind of boss, you have to do that. You know, wanting to talk to Tom is different than required to talk to Tom. You imagine in a meeting, you look down on your phone, Tom Brady's calling, probably says, boss Brady, crap, got to take this, right? Although, if you're Chip Kelly, is that job security? Dude, I'm doing exactly what you want, man. The quarterback still threw 3 interceptions. Can't blame me. I'm doing what the boss wants.
I'd come out and say, look, we scored 9 points last night, Tom. All right, get it better next time. I need a little better advice from you, buddy.
Yeah, our consultant led to field goals. Our consultant. I was listening to the owner. He wanted a pass play there.
Yeah, Gino wasn't too good last night after I was bragging on him yesterday.
That first play of the game, the interception. But yeah, he wasn't good.
Rough night. Rough night.
I mean, although I thought it was a great night. I went 2-0 on my picks last night, both straight up and against the spread.
Well, Pledgers Texans screwed me.
Pledgers. Now they're Pledgers Texans.
They're Pledgers.
Yeah.
He bears the responsibility.
Bears the responsibility.
Texans. Yes,
yeah.
he does.
Yeah.
Either that or Justin on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. He can share some of that responsibility as well.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Is he in there?
I have no idea if he's in there or not. But you should be in there. If you're not, get in there and like and subscribe.
I have a feeling that what's his name in our YouTube?
Justin?
I don't think it's Justin, is it?
I don't know.
The Joshua, right?
Joshua?
The Texans fan that's all,
So we have a Justin and we have a Joshua, and I'm obviously confused.
We also have a Jacob Eric that's right now at TSAOG getting his broken foot checked out.
Well, I'm sorry he has a broken foot.
That sucks, but they will take great care of you.
Yes, they will.
This is a day for, I think it's Joshua Jimenez, right? Isn't that the Texan fan, like over the top?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, today is the day for him to call in sick, unplug from everything, not go to work, not talk to the kids, not talk to the wife, not talk to anybody.
That's probably what he's doing. Texans are 0-2.
0-2.
And they got to travel to Jacksonville.
Oh.
Now, you might look at that and say, well, no problem.
Yeah, Jacksonville's always been a problem for those boys.
Jacksonville playing a little bit better, at least to start.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I'd be scared. 0-3, that's tough.
Mm-hmm. AFC South game?
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield is just such a determined player. He's fun to watch. Even when he has a bad game like last night, when it mattered, dude was a gamer. Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
I think we all agree technology is wonderful when it works right. And when technology doesn't work, we all get so angry at it. Although sometimes it can create some pretty funny and awkward kind of moments, which is what we had in a press conference yesterday.
We don't have what this facility is quite over here, but we're in the top, I'd put us in the top 5-10% in college athletics for what our facilities are. They're immaculate. And just how... What happens when the prostate enlarges in the urine? That's a dilemma. What was can you give me the answer on that? Because I usually get up at about 1 for the first time, and I think it has something. Anyway, I lost track. Where were we? Oh, facilities. Yeah. So anyway, the facilities.
Yeah, I don't think there was an answer to that question, but what happened when the prostate enlarges and the urine can't get out, or something to that effect? So it was an ad for a prostate thing, medication. You got to turn your phone off during a press conference.
Although
or turn it down.
Sometimes commercials just play, right? I mean, for those of you listening on the stream, you get a lot of that. Poop. All kinds of bizarre commercials that just run online everywhere, and that's in the middle of a press conference, somebody's phone. But I like the way Fred Hoiberg was just rolling with it. Hey, what was the answer to that question? I might need that because advertising works.
It does work, but that was kind of.
Well, I mean, it's a targeted digital ad. All right, I'm in the phone knows it's in a room with a bunch of 50-year-old guys. You know what we need now? A prostate commercial.
Big Brother's listening.
Always
listening.
Always.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So you asked me going into the break if I were a patient having surgery and the surgeon needed a break. Now, first off, I hope that I'm sound asleep and don't know about this until after.
Well, even then, you probably don't want to know about it.
I probably don't. Although, I mean, if he's a little stressed, if it's complicated, and he needs a little bit of a break, I mean, I mean.
Well, this was an 8-minute break.
8 minutes,
according to the article. So, guy lasts a long time, doesn't he? Damn.
Well, he probably spent 3 of those washing his hands after
Holy
he was
cow.
done.
So, this guy is supposedly a married doctor.
Not supposedly. He's married with 3 kids.
And he had sex with his nurse in the middle of a surgery for a comfort break.
Well, see, and that's it. In a different operating room.
Yeah, he was operating all right.
So as the story goes, he said he was stressed, complicated surgery, needed a quote-unquote comfort break, and told the med-surg staff, let me know if anything goes wrong, but I need it. No, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I know a lot of doctors. I've never asked this question, but, you know, when you got to pee or poop in the middle of surgery, you got to go to the bathroom. I mean, what do you do, right?
You got to go.
So when I'm reading he took a comfort break, I thought, all right, he was going to the bathroom. That's probably pretty common. I don't know that. If you're a doctor, you're a surgeon, and you want to clarify, but apparently he went to another operating room and had sex with the nurse, and, of course, they got caught because somebody walked in.
Well, the question you get, if you got to pee or poo, that's understandable. You got to go.
Well, I mean, you gotta have sex too.
Well, I guess in the middle of a surgery.
I mean,
I don't know who the patient was.
Well, I'm curious. What was the surgery?
Well, there's that.
I mean, I'm thinking most surgeries aren't arousing. Most of the time, that's probably the furthest thing from your mind while you're doing an operation. I find most of it disgusting, but then again, I'm not a surgeon.
Oh, baby, I love the way you're touching that scalpel. I got something for you.
I'm not.
Well, apparently, I mean,
that's one big intestine. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm just saying. I mean,
that was creepy.
Why? She hands him a scalpel, for goodness sake.
Well, we don't know if it was that nurse.
Well, we don't know that it wasn't that nurse.
Well, because he said that to the staff, wait here, I'm taking a comfort break. So maybe the other nurse or another nurse let him know somehow that she was ready in the other room. He was only gone for 8 minutes.
She hit his beeper?
I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I mean.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, maybe they had an arranged time at 2:04. Meet me in operating room 6. Right? It's possible because he's gone 8 minutes. I mean, he went over there. He took care of his business. They got caught while getting dressed, and, you know, he had to wash his hands and scrub up before he went back in. He was gone a total of 8 minutes, had sex, and got cleaned up and in surgery within 8 minutes.
Oh, he had plenty of time. Probably had a cup of coffee and a cigarette.
It's possible.
You know, 2 minutes, and then, bam, you got 6 left to do whatever the hell you want to do.
Paging Dr. Reinagel.
Uh-huh.
Dr. Reinagel.
You know, I heard this, and I say this. My daughter's a nurse. Your wife is a nurse. I read somewhere, statistically, nurses cheat more than any other profession.
Really?
That's what I heard. Now, if you're a nurse out there and you want to reject that theory, I read it somewhere. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm just saying.
Well, we both know a lot of nurses. It might not be the number one profession, but it's right up there.
Well, I'm going to tell you, and you've seen nurses get drunk. I mean, they go to town.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they do.
So do teachers, radio producers. I mean, you name it.
Radio talk show host, all of the above.
Name a profession that doesn't.
Well, I'm sure there's some out there.
I mean, we recently had a cop that got arrested for DWI while on duty at the start of a shift at 7 a.m.
You need a drink. You need a drink. That is interesting to me. Doctors and nurses, you know, floating around.
Well, it really does. Pledge put up there none.
No.
Stop. Although, yeah. It depends on what kind of nurse and what department you're in. If you're at a busy hospital in the emergency room, you don't have time for that, right?
I don't know. Was this a big city? I didn't see
I don't know. Well, he's a surgeon, not like an ER nurse. I have no idea.
Well, I found that interesting. And, you know, it's interesting how these articles just pop up right out of the clear blue sky, and you need an 8-minute comfort break.
It's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard.
I miss Mike McCarthy. Soon we're all going to say we miss Molly Karam on First Take.
This is bizarre, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
And I will give, whether you like Stephen A. or not, and obviously a lot of people do, he had a really nice statement today, I guess, for lack of a better word, that he had for Molly Karam. They worked together for 10 years.
It was a long time, good chemistry on the show. Interesting because reports surfaced last night that she was going to leave at the end of the year after turning down a new contract from ESPN. Don't know what else she has in the works, but that got released last night. She wasn't on today, and she posted on her social medias last night that not the way I wanted this announcement to go, but it is true. And she didn't come to work today, which is normal in our business, that you don't get a chance to say goodbye. You know, you work, and as soon as you either, if you say, hey, boss, I'm leaving, here's my 2 weeks, generally you are out the door that day in this business, and
right.
the station acts like you never even existed, which is weird. And then when you do have, like, going away stuff for people or let them stay on the air, then that ends up biting those stations in the ass. So that's it was odd for that to come out last night and her to not be on the show today, but don't know what she's got planned next. Sounds like she's got something else lined up.
Well, not for about 6 months.
Well, there's that whole no compete. I mean, but she'll get paid.
She will.
To not come to work.
That was just kind of weird. But again, I applaud Stephen A. for his statement today. It was very nice, very kind, and very unlike, different type of Stephen A.
Yeah.
Most of the time he's screaming a lot and stuff like that. But this was very kind of him. Indy Kalu's going to join us here at about 3:35. So about, 20 minutes or so. Indy Kalu, we'll talk about that Texans debacle. Pledges Texans who screwed me last night. Wow. Just awful. But you know what? We've got a pair of tickets, Minix, to see Cage the Animal.
Cage the Elephant.
Well, it is an animal, technically. October 4th at the Boeing Center at Techport.
It's going to be a good show.
Now, you've said you've seen these people
I've seen
before.
Cage the Elephant before.
You have?
Yeah.
At the zoo? Dude, again.
You're a dumb butt.
I don't understand the names of some of these bands. Is this Cage the Elephant?
Yes. Do you think Pledge is going to play something else? I mean, I've seen them at a couple of festivals. They've opened for some people. They put on a hell of a show. This is going to be a good show over at the Techport Center.
All right. Well, if you'd like to go see Cage the Elephant at the Boeing Center at Techport, you can be caller number
12.
Okay. Caller number 12, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. If you don't win the tickets today, you can get them online at livenation.com. And we're going to have more of these tickets, by the way, so you don't win today. You may win some as we move forward throughout the week, because I'm told here that we're going to have them all week long.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck to everybody. We'll continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, it is game on at Synergenics and Low T Center, the MVPs of testosterone replacement therapy. They've been changing the lives of men across the country for well over a decade with the most medically driven, results-focused care to restore the quality of patients' lives through hormone care. So if you're ready to tackle low energy and achieve your health goals, go get tested. It's easy to do. If you've just been lacking energy, you're more tired, just not motivated, testosterone can help because you're dealing with a physical and mental change to your body as you age. Synergenics and Low T Center, they've got clinics all across San Antonio, even up in New Braunfels. You can get tested in the clinic or even get at-home treatment, but it does start with a quick test at the center. Takes about 20 minutes because they have an on-site lab, and if you need it, you can get started right away, not just for men. Synergenics and Low T Center have been helping women find their hormonal balance for years. Go get tested. Do it now, and you could end up winning some really cool stuff. They are doing weekly winners every week where you could get some cool sports memorabilia, tickets to a major sporting event, just for getting tested. Book that free TRT consultation, and you are automatically entered to win. And again, winners selected every week. So book that appointment now. TRTMVP.com. TRTMVP.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to SASportsStar.com now and register to win. SASportsStar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Argo Group delivers specialty insurance tailored to your business, backed by expert claims handling and global experience. As a proud local employer, Argo gave back to more than 20 San Antonio nonprofits last year. Visit argogroup.com. Argo, helping businesses stay in business. Argo Group offers a full line of specialty insurance products and services designed to meet the unique coverage and claims handling needs of businesses. As a local employer, Argo contributes to the San Antonio community too, donating to more than 20 area nonprofits last year. Visit argogroup.com to learn how tailored strategies and global expertise can support your business. That's argogroup.com. Argo, we help businesses stay in business.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Football is back, baby, and Underdog is the best place to make your picks and win money all season long. You can play it in Texas, too. Guys, it is fun, it is exciting, and it's a great way to get in on the action. Playing is so easy. You pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more, and you get it right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. You can play with as little as $1. Is Dak going to go higher or lower on passing yards? Will CD score a touchdown or not? All that makes the game a lot more fun. Get in on the action at Underdog Fantasy. Download the app now. Sign up with promo code ALAMO to score $50 in bonus funds when you play the first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet? RV wins! Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach? RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, "Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star."
Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday afternoon. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Thanks so much for spending part of your day with us. We appreciate it. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
You know who's not having a good Tuesday afternoon?
Who?
Caleb Johnson. He's a Steelers rookie who had that gaffe in the game against Seattle. Mike Tomlin said today he probably, not in the short term, will be returning kicks.
He's got to earn his way back, I read. And so if you don't recall what happened, he made a really knucklehead play. The Seattle kicked off. The ball went over his head into the end zone, but not out of bounds. It's still a live ball, and he just let it go. Seattle falls on it. They score a touchdown.
Now, how do you work your way back from that? I mean, if you're Mike Tomlin, if you're the special teams coordinator, that's a one-time thing that will never happen again, right? That would never happen again. You can't tell me you believe in his talent and you believe in the kid and hard worker and everything else that Tomlin said, and then say probably not in the short term. He's got to work his way back from that. How do you work your way back from that if you're not playing? That's a mistake you never ever make again. That's something you got to live with forever. And if it did, you probably are not going to be in the league for very long.
Well, no, I wouldn't think so. And you know, look, I've made one mistake in my life, maybe two, and you learn from it and you move on.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Is that what happens?
Exactly.
Huh.
And you never make that mistake. I guarantee you that guy will never make that mistake again, ever. But the rule changed this year. Right, so I could see the confusion, but, I mean, that should have been drilled into his head in training camp and OTAs and everything else.
And I'm sure it was. I'm sure with every rule change there is, especially something as dramatic as the kickoffs, because everybody is doing kickoffs differently now. As a fan, I'm still trying to decide if I like it or not. I like the returns for the most part, although – boy, the Texans get away with one last night on what was a clear block in the back, not once but twice, and they picked up the flag. But I digress. But to make a mistake like that in the moment, the guy just pooped his pants. He probably went over it 1,000 times in practice, but when you're in the game situation, when you're reacting in the moment, he let it go. That guy, when he's 80, will wake up in the middle of the night thinking about that and whatever Mike Tomlin said to him right after, because I'm sure it wasn't pretty.
I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure Tomlin was all up in his stuff, and the special teams guy as well, and everybody else. Yeah, that was a huge play. I mean, Seattle had just scored, then they get another touchdown right after that, and it's tough to come back from stuff like that. And then you say, oh, my gosh, unbelievable that could happen. But yeah, I kind of feel bad for guys in that situation. I kind of felt bad for them for just a minute. But I had
just
Seattle.
a quick minute.
I had Seattle that game, and so I was pretty happy about it.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. No, I wasn't. I thought Seattle. Either way, a situation like that, you either lose your job or you don't. I don't know how you earn your way back. You either trust the kid or you don't. But
well, I think Tomlin likes this kid, and I think that or he would have kicked him off. We'd have heard he was released. But to my knowledge, he hasn't been.
No.
He just won't be returning kicks for a while until he, according to Tomlin, a quote, earns his way back.
Jimmy Johnson would have left his ass on the tarmac.
I guarantee you he
And they
would
were
have.
in Pittsburgh. He'd have drove him to the airport and said, here.
Bill Parcells, those kind of coaches would have done that and said, hey, dude, you're out. You can't make a mistake like that ever. It's not allowed.
Mm-hmm. It was, I mean, interesting because, man, I hate to say it this way, but you don't even see those kind of mental errors at a high school game.
No, you don't.
Well, and yet you're seeing them at the NFL level. But I do like some of the returns and the field position that it gives. It almost burned the Cowboys on Sunday against the Giants, but a penalty. And but the kickoffs are, and that's what the NFL wanted. I know it looks goofy, but they've made that an exciting play where before it wasn't. It was going to be a touchback. Team was going to start at the 25 to the point where it was like, just put the ball at the 25 and eliminate the whole thing.
Yeah, if you're worried about safety that much, just do that. I'm glad they brought it back. And now if you kick it out of the end zone, you get it at the 35.
Yep.
And who was it in week one? Is Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
You're better off just kicking the ball out of bounds than kicking it through the end zone.
Some of it's knowing the rules, although he thought, and again, Ben Johnson got out-coached. Just kick it into the end zone, they'll take the knee. The smart thing, bring it out because the clock's going to start running. They weren't worried about the field position. So, but yeah, take the penalty and the yardage. It doesn't matter because right now you're trying to save time. I still miss the surprise onside kick. Like when we had them lined up for the onside kick and –
you have to tell them you're going to do it.
Yeah, there's no surprise.
No surprise.
Still has to go 10 yards, can't go 6.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Wonder what Indy Kalu thinks about all of this. Well, guess what? We get to ask him. Indy Kalu joins us next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you need T-shirts screen printed, go see Sam. If you need your logo on a nice dress shirt, a fishing shirt, a golf shirt, Sam will get you taken care of. He's got all the big name brands, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Under Armour, Port Authority, to name a few. He now has a full line of Tommy Bahama. So if you want your logo on a nice Tommy Bahama, go see Sam. Price is incredible, and that includes your logo. You need caps made? Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And he's got all the popular cap brands like the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike, Cap America, to name a few. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Nobody has better prices. Sam is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too small, no order too big, and all items do come with a warranty. So call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, right there across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
The Fall Golf Classic is sold out, but the party's just getting started. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star invites everyone, yes, even if you aren't playing, to the official Fall Golf Classic after party, happening Monday, September 29th at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road. Mad props. The Blitz with Jason and Joe kicks off the party live at 2 p.m. So sneak out of work early, call it networking, and raise a glass with us. So whether you're playing in the Classic or just want to crash the party, you're officially invited to the Sports Stars Golf Classic After Party at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, Monday, September 29th at 2 p.m. sharp. Details at sasportstar.com. See you at the Break Room Bar. Golf shoes not required.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over those beautiful icy balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu that's second to none. And Twin Peaks hand-stretched flatbreads, oh, they're coming out hot. Close out your night with our favorite flatbreads. They're available during the late night hours, Sunday through Thursday for only $8. That's only from your favorite lodge, Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and oh, those scenic views.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-399-7272. 800-399-7272. Again, that's 800-399-7272.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/sports. openphone.com/SPORTS.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the morning huddles. AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
When I used to fight, I used to say that the work was all in the training camp, and then fight night was like when you got to have fun. Is that how you feel about football games, or is there too much stress to have fun?
No, man, you nailed it, man. If you can't have fun playing and coaching this game, man, you are in the wrong damn business. It's exactly what you said. You work your butt off during the week. Sunday at 12 noon, man, that's why we do this, man, to go out there in front of the home fans at AT&T. And if you can't have fun doing that, like I said, man, you need to check your heart rate.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game, Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bell Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Wow. Well, the Houston Texans played a game last night, if you didn't know. They lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and, well, that defense that once was a wet dream turned into a nightmare. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason.
Indy Kalu on the Buyers Barricades guest line, my friend. I'm not sure in your dreams how the finish was, but last night in Houston, it was a dud.
You know what? Before we even get started, are we always going to bring that up for my introduction?
I mean, you're the one that brought up wet dreams on this program. You're the one that made a promo when thinking about those 11 men and how excited you get that you wake your wife up. You brought that up. You brought that on yourself, my friend.
And I was wrong for that. I was excited about the start of the football season. Everybody was excited. Now that reality is sitting, I don't know what I regret more, watching the game last night or saying that to start off the 2025.
I mean, it's back in the day, you meet a lady at the bar and it's close to closing time, the 10 at 2 is a 2 at 10 kind of scenario. Is that what we're getting from this Texans defense? Now that you've sobered up?
You know what? I'm not completely sober, so the 10 at 2 is going to be a little, it's only week 2. I'm only 3 drinks in at the bar, so I'm not completely sober yet, but it is sobering. It is, getting that text from your buddy saying, "Hey, don't overdo it. Don't get too excited about the upcoming season." Does that mean I don't think that they still win the division? They don't go to the playoffs? Absolutely not. But the dominant performance I was expecting just from watching preseason, especially the practices, reality sit in. And you know what's cool about this? As long as I've been a football fan much longer than my 12-year NFL career, you would think I would be reminded that every year there's 31 other teams besides the team that you're rooting for that they get paid as well. And like the Buccaneers reminded me that. Baker Mayfield reminded me why he won the Heisman, why he's making over $100 million. Like, that dude is a dog in a good way. Like, he's the type of quarterback your defensive players respect, and you saw that against the Texans. But, sticking to the reason why y'all call me every week, the Texans defense, even though they only gave up 20 points, it wasn't good enough. Once again in the fourth quarter, they didn't come through when they needed to, giving up a late touchdown. Obviously, there's so many things to talk about with the offense, but as excited as I was about the defense, it's on paper, I mean, giving up over 7 yards a pop per carry, like, that's just not going to get it done, even though you're still holding teams to below 21 points.
Indy, I'm watching the game, and when Nick Chubb runs that in from 25 yards out, I knew there was still a lot of time on there, but I was thinking, seriously, there's no way this defense allows Tampa Bay to come down and win this football game. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I will credit Baker Mayfield because I think he put the team on his back on that drive. He made some incredible plays with his legs and his arm. But I was so confident that Houston was going to win that game because the offense did enough, and all the defense had to do was stop them, and they couldn't get it done.
No, you're right, and it's funny that you're saying I saw everything that you saw, Joe, but I wasn't as confident because I just felt like, man, Baker Mayfield, the way he's playing, and it wasn't like a lights-out stat game, but just watching the game, you're like, man, that dude, like, he's going to put the team on his shoulders. So I was a little bit nervous, not saying that I was predicting it, but I didn't have the confidence you had because of the way he had been playing all game. And keep in mind, as much as I like to make excuses for the teams I'm rooting for. The Buccaneers, they were without arguably the best player on their team, as far as their tackles concerned, and you saw the effects of that. Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson, I mean, they were getting to Baker Mayfield, but he was eluding them and making plays with his feet as well as with his arms. But yeah, it just felt like it was going to be Baker's night. Like Baker said, you know what, I'm going to remind people this is where I'm from. This is my home state. I did win the Heisman, and Cleveland and Carolina made a mistake in not, investing in me.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Tampa Bay as we visit with Indy Kalu here on the Blitz. They're gritty, and that fourth down run that Baker had, how he escaped is pretty incredible. The run that he had, but what surprised me, and you're 12 years in the NFL as a defensive player, the piss poor tackling, especially late. As a former defensive player, now an analyst with the team, knowing how good that defense is, but I just couldn't believe how bad the tackling is, and I just come back, I want your thoughts. Is it because of the practice rules now when it comes to tackling, whether it's during the week or even training camp?
That's such a great question. I don't know. Well, first of all, you're correct. You're right. Because, again, I don't want to be blamed for trying to sugarcoat this. And when I was watching it, Jason, I was like, come on, man. Like, you got to – like I said that to myself. You got to make that tackle. And I'm saying this to players that were much better than I were in my playing day. So there's something there. I don't know, and I would love to get y'all's take. If part of it is also are defenders now thinking about getting fined? Are they worried about, okay, where can I hit this guy? How high, how low can I go? That sounds like a song. How low can I go? How high can I go? Is the quarterback going to slide? Is he going to slide? Is he going to stay up? So I think it's everything that you said, and you have to throw that piece in there. It's the lack of being able to practice. Someone told me, and I don't know the exact number, but they said that one of the rules is that you could only have 14 padded practices the entire season. Like, that blows my mind that that's an actual rule, and I'll have to confirm that before I say that it's gospel. But that's absolutely part of it. Back in my day, I'm old man on the porch, but there wasn't a number count on how many padded practices you could have. Now, most of our coaches were smart enough to know, hey, week 6, 7, guys are kind of beat up. We're only going to have full pads on once a week. Like, they'll just do that in-house. You didn't need the NFL to tell you that. So that might be a part of it. But I also believe guys are afraid. I don't care how much money you're making, a $50,000 fine because you're trying to hit somebody hard and tackle them the way you've been taught. You're going to be thinking about that at some point. So I think it's all of the above. It's concern of not knowing how you're supposed to hit a guy, not being able to do it at practice because you don't have the padded practices. I think all that plays into it.
According to Ask AI, you Google how many padded practices in an NFL season. NFL team is allowed a maximum of 14 padded practices during the regular season. Of these 14, 11 must be conducted during the first 11 weeks of the season, with the remaining 3 to be held in the final 6 weeks. Teams have the flexibility to schedule these practices, and they can choose to have 2 padded practices in the same week, provided it's within the first 11 weeks of the regular season.
God, I hate that. I mean, shout out to AI, but I mean, think about that. So picture yourself, you're DeMeco Ryans, played 10 years in the NFL. You made you branded yourself as a physical defensive player, and you're the head coach of your NFL team. And before you put out your schedule, you have to look at some kind of chart to see, like, oh, can I tell the guys that they're putting pads on today? And then you have to check it off to see how many you can do. That's wild, but I guess that's what these current players, fought for the CBA, and that's what they asked for. So that absolutely is a part of it. As tough as those practices were, and let me not act like Wednesdays and Thursdays, those were our hard days when we typically had full pads on. I'm not going to sit up there and act like all 53 of us were walking on the field with a smile on our face, but it prepared us for Sundays. And I do think that's why you're seeing a drop-off when it comes to tackling.
Yeah, I want to go back, indeed, to something you said earlier, though. And I've said this for the last several years. I don't know how a defensive back plays football anymore because of the rules and the way you have to tackle. I think you might have something there that some of these guys are thinking about. How do I tackle this guy without being fined or penalized?
Don't get me on that soapbox, because what bothers me, and I don't know if the broadcasters are on the take or if the NFL is paying them directly, is when you see a guy hit somebody, he gets penalized, and there's no other way he could have made the tackle, and everyone's just like, yep, that's right, he should have got penalized. And then they slow it down. They slow it down so the average fan is, and I'm not even going to say the average fan, the average idiot is looking at it, not realizing they're watching it in slow motion and thinking to themselves, oh, he had plenty of time to raise his head 3 inches to avoid, a certain target. So, I've said it once. I've said it a million times. I talk to the current players, and I always ask the DBs, the linebackers, because it typically happens to them. And I ask them, I say, hey, off the record, like, how are you supposed to tackle? And to this day, every single one of them just shrug and just say, we just hope we don't get fined.
Exactly.
I mean, it's the world they're living in, although with the money they're making, if it's the difference between winning and losing, maybe you take the fine and, take a collection plate in the locker room afterwards. And we can talk about tackling all we want. Yes, the Texans did take the lead late, but offensively, C.J. Stroud looks to be hesitating, doesn't look overly confident. He was 13 of 24 yesterday, took some sacks. Chubb had that 25-yard run. They only ran for 84 yards, and that included that 25-yard run. I've got major concerns about this Texans offense.
100%. As much as we talk about the defense and the tackling, they're still playing well enough to expect to win. Obviously there's some things that they have to clean up on the defensive side. But C.J. Stroud, this is a guy going into the season. Many of the Houston Texan fans are saying, okay, is this the year that he proves to be a top-tier quarterback? The type of quarterback that's mentioned with the Joe Burrows, the Justin Herberts, the Lamar Jacksons, the Patrick, like, is he in that tier? And now you really have to ask yourself, like, okay, who is the real C.J. Stroud? And is it because of the offensive line? Is it because of the lack of protection? Is it because the opposing defense isn't worried about the run attack so they can focus more on defending the pass? Or is this something between his ears? That's a true question, and I don't know the answer. Then, of course, you can't ignore the fact that this is a first-time offensive coordinator, so he has to fill himself out. We saw what he could do. That opening touchdown to Nico Collins, that touchdown pass that he threw to Nico, I mean, he put the ball only where Nico could catch it. There's not too many guys that can make that pass. Unfortunately, those type of plays, they weren't consistent. When you look at Baker Mayfield, the type of plays that he was making, whether it's with his legs or his arms, the grittiness he was showing, he did it throughout the entire game. Does that mean he had success the entire game? No, but he was consistent. With C.J. Stroud, he hasn't been consistent. He's shown the flashes, but we haven't seen it consistent for 4 quarters.
Boy, you go back to Baker Mayfield, and I know he had some struggles early on, but can you imagine? Look at the bargain that Tampa Bay got. What are they paying this guy? $30 million a year,
something like that.
And he is playing like the top tier quarterbacks that you just mentioned. Indy, what a bargain Tampa Bay has found! Just that diamond in the rough, and everything's starting to click for Baker.
And when you look at Baker, in my opinion, you don't just credit the GM that signed him to that contract. And where are we in this world where signing someone to $30 million a year is considered a bargain?
Yeah, no kidding, right?
That shows you how great the sport is. But not just the general manager for signing Baker Mayfield, but the people around him. Because let's also keep in mind, for whatever reason, things didn't work out in Cleveland. And what program needs a quarterback more than Cleveland over the last 10 years? So when you look at the fact that things didn't work out for him in Cleveland, they didn't work out for him in Carolina, and correct me, I believe those were the only 2 stops. Then
yeah, that cup of coffee with the Rams.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I knew there was another one. And now he's with Tampa. So my point in what I'm saying is you also have to credit the people around him, whether it's the quarterback coach, the offensive coordinator, the run game, the offensive line, everything is working in his favor. It's still a team sport, even though we judge guys on their individual stats. And I believe he's surrounded by the right people right now.
And it's weird because I think Baker's average per year is 33, but we talk quarterback and contracts, and I'm curious what the sports talk is like in Houston when it comes to C.J. Stroud, but he's eligible after this year. And when you look at, guys that have gotten max deals when they're eligible, you start to wonder. I'm curious what the conversation is in Houston about C.J. Stroud. Can you give him a contract that is in the likes of Tua, but does he surpass Dak? Trevor Lawrence got his big deal, Brock Purdy. I mean, all of a sudden, C.J. Stroud is going to make $55, $60, $62 million, and you wonder, with what you've seen over the last 2 years, what do you do if his season goes the way it's gone the first 2 weeks?
I'm glad you brought that up because there's a host here in Houston, and I like the guy. And before the season started, he brought up what you were talking about, Jason, and he kept mentioning, oh, yeah, you're going to have to sign him to a $65 million a year contract. And I know C.J. Stroud doesn't listen to sports talk, but can you imagine when you were 22, 23, knowing that you're on the cusp of being able to make $60 million a year? Like, I have to wonder, and he's very wise, he's very sharp mentally, but he's still human and he's still young. I'm wondering if he's starting to think about that, because I tell you now, I'm a 50-year-old man. If I knew I was going to make $60 million in the next coming years, I'd be stumbling over my words just talking to y'all, let alone trying to actually play quarterback in the NFL. So you start to wonder, is he starting to think about it? Is he starting to, and I'm not saying like, oh, I'm going to go buy this gold chain or I'm going to buy this car, but just like thinking to himself like, ooh, man, when I start making $60 million a year, I can do this. I can help this person. I could brand myself like this. I can invest in this company. Shoot, that has to be something that's on your mind. You wouldn't be human if it wasn't.
Well, Indy, I'm curious. You played in the NFL for 12 years. Did you ever, while you were playing or during a season, think about, well, if I have a good season, I'm going to get a nice contract?
Yeah, and you know what happened? I tore my ACL right when I had that song. No. And the funny thing is, Jim Johnson, may his soul rest in peace, he's one of those real gruff, old-school defensive coordinators. In my opinion, he's the best to ever do it. He doesn't really talk money. He doesn't even really – you never know if he likes you or not. That year, I was going into my second to last year of my contract, and I was having my best camp ever. It just, everything was just working. And he pulled me aside and said, man, keep playing like this and you're going to make a lot of money. And then on that last training camp practice, literally the last play of the last training camp practice, and this is when we had those real tough training camps, the third string defensive end just took himself out of the practice. So I'm thinking, you know what? Let me be a leader. I appreciate everything going on. I'm going to go in there for one play. And the coach said, don't go in. Somebody else will get you. And I'm like, no, I got it, coach. I'm a leader. And my dumb ass goes out there, does an inside move, snaps my knee, and I'm out for the year. So, of course, I wasn't going to renegotiate during that season out. Luckily, thankfully things worked out, and I still played another 5 years or whatever it may be. But at that time, just to answer your question, if I'm going to be transparent, yeah, there were times where, when I was sitting in the training room dorm thinking like, man, if I keep it up like this, I can make that Jason Minnick's money at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That explains why you're still driving a 1997 F-150, my friend.
Because of that torn ACL.
The great Indy Kalu, who actually knows what it's like to have $60 million. The rest of us don't. But he made his in real estate.
Yeah, he did.
Indy, San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame. Are you coming into town this week for the celebration for this year's class?
Is it this week?
It's Saturday, dude.
Hold
Check
on.
your
it's
email.
Not during the season. Oh, it's okay. You know what? I will not. Fortunately, I'll be watching Baylor, Arizona State. Watching young Kalu try to handle business as the starting nose tackle, so free plug for him.
Works up.
And before, speaking of money, he's not thinking it, but I'm like, hey, if you finish the year as a starter, this NIL contract is going to have to go up. So I'm already putting bad habits in his head. But can I apologize to all the kickers in the world?
Sure.
Brandon Aubrey's online too, holding. We've been waiting for this.
Look, first of all, what a game. Dallas, New York Giants, I know y'all are up against it, but after that game, with all the great plays that we saw, I just walked away saying that kicker is a stud. I still don't know his name, but I was like, that kicker is a stud.
Brandon Aubrey.
Nickname Butter.
I'll forget it. By
well, how about that Dicker guy for the Chargers? He was pretty good, too.
I didn't see that, and I feel like you're setting me up for something.
No, I'm serious.
His name is Cameron Dicker the kicker. He's Dicker the kicker.
University of Texas.
Okay, I'm going to look into that one, but because of what I've already said and done early in this season, I'm just going to stay away from that.
We wouldn't lie to you, man. We wouldn't set you up.
Y'all would absolutely set me up and do it with your. I feel like Joe might kind of give me the nudge, like don't fall for it. But Jason, I feel like you would definitely.
We've known each other way too long. I would never do that to you, my friend. I mean, you do it to yourself. Yeah. I don't have to. You walk yourself right into enough of these.
Someone just texted me. Yeah, that's his name. Okay, well, shout out to him if he had a good day.
I hope you have better dreams next weekend, Indy.
So do I. You know what? I'm gonna watch some lingerie football, and I'll have some fun.
Like I said, you just walk right into it. Indy, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, man.
All right, brother. Y'all keep up the good work.
Appreciate it. The great Indy Kalu on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. I appreciate those listening that are friends with ND that will set him straight when he's not buying that we are actually being very 100% truthful with him.
Absolutely.
So forever had ND's back or our back there, thank you.
Look at Hardy, our resident, well, besides Pledger, Joshua Jimenez. He's saying trade his ass if he wants big money. Talking about C.J. Stroud.
Wow.
Is that a true Texan fan? You feel the same way, Pledge?
0-2.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Here we go already. He's getting the Dak Prescott treatment.
Man, not even close.
Not yet. Here we go. We got a long way to go, including Charean Williams, who will join us at 5:15. Stay tuned for that, but we'll continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, injuries happen all the time, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Had a tweet earlier from listener Jacob Eric over there now dealing with a broken foot. That's what they do. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocation, sprains, strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
You're listening to The Blitz.
Game day great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
An accident can leave you struggling to pay for medical bills. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe you deserve justice no matter your financial situation. That's why you don't pay us unless we win your case. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets? Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-399-7272. 800-399-7272. Again, that's 800-399-7272.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, you need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC-branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Big series going on between the Astros and the Rangers. The Astros got a 6-3 win in the series opener, but Yordan Alvarez suffered a left ankle injury. He's undergoing an MRI. Astros and Rangers continue that series tonight. You can catch it all right here on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM beginning at 6:30. And Amazon Prime Video is joining ESPN, CBS, and Paramount as broadcast partners of the Masters in 2026.
SportsCenter brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowt.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1.
Good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday afternoon. It's been a good day. Not a bad day at all. And I hope you're having a good one, too. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, who is, I don't know, I'll ask you. You having a good day?
Yeah, I'm having a good day. I mean, I was watching football and baseball last night. Had the 2 Monday night games. Well, they were back-to-back, but on the big TV Little TV had the Astros Rangers, and you just brought up Jordan. Did you see that?
I did not see it, no.
It gross. I thought they might have to amputate him right there on the field. He stepped on home plate, and that ankle turned. If he's had a bunch of ankle sprains, I think he'll be okay. Rob Thompson was a college basketball player, for those of you that don't know, from the Morning Huddle. And all the years I've been working with Rob, every time he sees a bad ankle sprain, he taught me the term loose ankles. And I had not heard that term before I started working with Rob. And if you're one, because Rob says he has loose ankles, you turn your ankle like that because you've had so many ankle sprains, it looks awful. It hurts like hell for 15 minutes, and then you're fine. But if you've never turned your ankle that way, it's almost like you've gotten shot, and they've got to come cut your leg off, and then after a while, it's normal. Because if Alvarez is hurt, like seriously, and that's more than just what looks like a bad sprain, which might not be, the Astros might be done. They still have a chance at the postseason. They're a half game behind Seattle. They were off last night. Obviously, that series continues, but with all the injuries they're dealing with to go along with their late season suckage, and you lose a Jordan, you could be screwed. So, I saw that, and all I'm thinking is Rob talking about loose ankles, and I'm hoping Jordan has loose ankles, or the way he was acting, that's his first ever ankle sprain.
Or he's a soccer player, one of the two, right?
Should get the magic spray and fix that thing. Get back out there.
I did see the Khalil Mack elbow injury, though, last night. That was bad. I haven't seen any results from that and how long he may be out of action for the Chargers, but that was a nasty injury as well. I learned something new, Jason, and I got to tell you this when we're talking about injuries that are gross. My wife was telling a story this weekend to some friends we were playing golf with.
Okay.
That, I knew this. She grew up in the D.C. area.
Mm-hmm.
She was a big Redskins fan.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, that's what they were called back then. And she was friends with Bobby Beathard's kids.
Okay.
All right. So she was actually on the sideline, she said, when Joe Theismann had his run-in with Lawrence Taylor.
Wow.
And she said, standing there on the sideline, you could hear people yelling, but you really didn't know what was going on. And they didn't show replay, she said, at the stadium. And I said, well, they made up for that on Monday Night Football because they showed about 50 right in a row onto that. But I learned something new about my wife this weekend.
But she was there?
She was there for the Joe Theismann leg break on the sideline.
That's
crazy, huh?
One of the grosser injuries. And then on that same field, you saw the same thing happen to Alex Smith. J.J. Watt was there. That is kind of gross. Very, very cool. I know Maggie has talked about growing up as a Redskin fan and friends with the kids of the GM. So,
perks. I knew this. I know she had told me she dated one, I think it's Beathard's son, for a while. And I said, man, you got screwed. You ended up with me.
Uh-huh. Along the way. I'm just curious about the DNA there because, so she was with the quarterback and obviously settled for less. The daughter was also with the quarterback and has settled for less.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the family there. But, here it is. What can I say? She saved the best for last.
So she dated No, it wouldn't have been CJ.
That wasn't CJ. I'd have
maybe
to ask her the
CJ's
name,
dad.
But she was telling the story, and she may have told me about Theismann, but I forgot, and I went, oh, really? Wow.
Dude, the way that guy wouldn't leave us alone at the Army Navy in D.C., I'm surprised that whole story didn't come up at some point. Because literally, Joe Theismann was on with us, and then he left, and then he came back, and then he wanted. Yeah, then we saw him at the game, then we saw him at the bar, then we saw. He was everywhere.
Everywhere.
Great guy. Interestingly enough, really good friends with the great Red McCombs.
Joe Theismann?
Yeah. And every time we would see him, like on Super Bowl Radio Row or whatever, he'd see San Antonio, who would always come over and tell a good Red McCombs story. But the way he was at Army Navy Radio Row, it was like He wasn't done. He had to go do another interview, but he came back and wanted to just, all right, man, you guys got time?
Well,
Let's talk.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that effect on people.
I got it.
It's the way that it goes.
Well, maybe he just realized there was a connection there to the worst day of his life.
Well, maybe, because there's something about that dude. He's either related to somebody or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
God, that's one of those things that I will never forget, watching that live and just seeing the fear. And the first time I've ever seen fear in Lawrence Taylor's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just scared to death. And it was just, wow. Crazy, crazy, crazy. My goodness. That's the way it goes, though. So I, again, learned something new, and it's interesting.
Well, you learned something new, or you were reminded of something.
Yeah.
That you've probably learned before.
I probably did.
Retention in you, not the greatest skill.
What happens when you get older, Minnick?
Is that what you're going to blame?
Yeah, it happens. A lot of things happen when you get older that you wish didn't happen. That's the way that it goes.
Josh says, I learned today the maturity of Minnick is to still be friends with Reinagle after he married a Redskin fan. Although he says Commanders. She's never been a fan of the Commanders.
It's not the Commanders.
No.
Because they were the Redskins then. It's not being whatever. It's just the fact.
And now she's a great American and a Cowboy fan like Joe.
Well, she'll wear Cowboys gear to the game. Yeah.
She's in the I don't really give a damn as long as we're having fun phase of her life.
Right.
And her fandom.
Which is the way that it should be, should it not?
Yes.
I'm a fan of Jerry Jones.
Really?
Always have been. Always will be. He was on 105.3 The Fan this morning, and he was talking about glory holes. Imagine that.
And that's why Reinagle's a fan.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Absolutely. We're going to hear
me some glory holes.
We're going to hear from Jerry Jones when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Got to tell you and brag a little bit about my Connecticut quality water softener. I absolutely love this thing. You know, sometimes you put something in your house and you just, I don't know, kind of proud of it. Well, I'm proud of this. And the reason I'm proud of it is because, well, it works so well. I mean, this thing is incredible. The showers feel better. Your dishes come out of the dishwasher cleaner. Your clothes come out of the washing machine just cleaner and smelling good, and it just makes life great, doesn't it? If you've been thinking about a water softener, changing yours, or wanting to do something different with it, you need to think about a Connecticut quality water softener. Made in America. They've been serving San Antonio for over 50 years, and it's just the absolute best. I've had other water softeners. The Connecticut, head and shoulders above those. It just is unbelievable, the difference. Doesn't run on electricity either. So, well, it's not going to run up your electric bill, first and foremost. And if the power goes out, you're still going to have soft water. You don't have to worry about it. They've got an outstanding warranty coverage, but I've never had to use it because I've never had 1 inch of a problem with this thing. And they've still got their deal going on. All right, you buy a Connecticut quality water softener, they will give you a free reverse osmosis drinking station that they'll put in right there at your kitchen sink. It's like having bottled water right there at your kitchen sink. Give you $400 off of your old water softener, and they're going to give you some free money. 0% interest for 12 months. That's an incredible deal. You don't want to wait. Call Connecticut of San Antonio in the Hill Country, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
1, 2, 3, come on! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Cowboys are in Chicago taking on the Bears at Soldier Field. Pre-game at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Ready to kick off the fun? Chumba Casino is your go-to game plan during halftime or overtime. From spinning slots to instant scratch-style cards, it's like running the perfect play, all from home. New players score a free welcome bonus and daily logins with a shot at some serious prizes every time you play. Get in the game and visit ChumbaCasino.com today. Let's Chumba. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet? RV wins! Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach? RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Don't you agree that it's a wonderful thing to save a dog's life? I certainly do, and I invite you to go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a $15 a month donation right now. Do it now, and Thomas J. Henry will generously match all charitable donations made this month online at puppyfoodbank.org. It's your chance to help save thousands of pets in our community, so please give a little to help save little guys like you. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org right now, and they'll send you a very nice gift.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
From pads and rotors to shocks and struts, coming to a full stop should never mean your business does too. At Napa, we are the pros that know brakes and suspension better than anyone. So when others are grinding their gears, our premium parts and exceptional service deliver results. Whether you're operating a local shop or managing a national fleet, Napa has exactly what you need, when and where you need it. Get the brake and suspension parts you're looking for right now at Napa.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump day on the Morning Huddle. What are we going to do? Let's start looking at college football. That's right, big week coming up for the Big 12.
Big 12 football, SEC football has mattered. So much to do. I cannot wait. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe.
Yeah, I'm looking at some bad news for the Minnesota Vikings. They already lost their quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, for 2 to 4 weeks. And Tom Pelissero is reporting that they're placing starting running back Aaron Jones on injured reserve. So he'll have to miss at least 4 ball games. Doesn't say what the injury is. A hamstring injury.
He hasn't been all that great either.
I tell you what, Minnesota, I don't know how – I mean, they're still a pretty good squad. But you lose your starting running back, and the quarterback I'm not all that concerned about, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, what do you mean? Concerned he's not going to be there? How much worse can it be? Or you think J.J. McCarthy will get it together?
Well, I think Carson Wentz is going to have to play well because that's his backup. And I don't know who I'd rather have, to be quite honest with you. Because J.J. McCarthy, other than a fourth quarter, has played 7 quarters of bad football.
Well, that he has, and again, he's not a rookie, but he hadn't played football in a long time, and this is essentially his rookie season. And to think Cincinnati and Minnesota several weeks ago looked like, man, that's going to be a fun match. Now we get Jake Browning and Carson Wentz.
Yes.
I mean, that's the way it goes sometimes with injury. It's almost like, a really bad comparison, but the expectation and the result for Minnesota, one good quarter. And the same thing happening on the 40 acres with Arch Manning. I mean, can you when you think about the expectation and with what you're seeing, most of these guys aren't going to live up to that expectation. With Arch, he is 2-1. His only loss is to Ohio State. It hadn't looked great, but there are questions about it. But part of it is the expectation, I think, because Kevin O'Connell is the quarterback whisperer, and they moved off from a lot of people because they believe so much in a J.J. McCarthy. I think everybody thought he was just going to come in and just have total command of the offense and dominate the NFL, and he hasn't.
He has not. And look, I don't know. Injuries are a problem. That's what the NFL season is, such a reality show. Is it not? Because you just don't know what's going to happen, who's going to play well, who's going to get injured, what key players are going to be out and miss some time. I mean, look at the Cincinnati Bengals. When's the last time they started 2-0? And now I can't remember the last time. They've been famous for their bad starts to seasons. They're 2-0, and they've lost their quarterback, most likely for the season or most of it. And so it's just crazy how the NFL season goes, and it truly is just a season-long reality show.
Absolutely, and again, the reality show part of things are what Jerry Jones certainly loves. And although they got to figure out something pretty quick because the Cowboys announced that new defensive end Jadeveon Clowney is going to wear number 96. Yet, as I'm looking at the depth chart that they just sent out, he's listed at number 42 on the depth chart and the backup to Dante Fowler. So not an automatic starter. Jerry Jones, though, excited to get a Jadeveon Clowney. He was on 105.3 The Fan this morning, calling in from New York, and was asked about Clowney, who was in for a visit and left without a deal, which a lot of times that means it's over. Stephen Jones told us on the Blitz last week, no, guys, I mean, we're still working. Clowney's good, but, so Jerry was asked this morning what changed in the delay in getting him signed.
Not a thing. We he just wanted to cogitate on it, think about it, and we warned him when he came to the building, and so we all had good visits with him. I had a good visit with him, and we're really pleased to have him in here. He's an outstanding football player, really is, and can help us. He hits the ground running, and he was in the team picture yesterday. We signed his contract there in the draft room, and 10 minutes later he was in the team picture. So, boy, this day and time, a player like that, you can plug him in.
Yeah, what did he say he was doing? Cogitating on it? Is that what he said?
Hey, he's been talking to James Pledger too much. He's been listening to Extra Innings with Pledge.
Cogitating. He had to cogitate on it.
Did he use that properly in the sentence, Pledge?
I don't even know what he said. It sounds like he said he was conjugating on it. I'm like...
Is that like matriculating down the field?
No, that's using conjugation in sentence structure. That has... it doesn't fit. Like
Congitate. Does that have anything to do with glory holes?
Well, it could.
I mean, it's a possibility because apparently that's one of the reasons why Jadeveon wanted to be there, or at least his agent said he was curious about glory holes. And agent said yesterday, I told him, you got to ask Jerry that yourself. And so the boys on 105.3 The Fan asked him if he explained glory hole to one Mr. Clowney.
Well, he knows it's an oil field term. Comes from out when you're in the business of drilling wells. and it's when you've basically made a big well, and if mentally or physically picture just drilling a well and all of a sudden having all the oil start coming out at once and going in the air, and that's when you've known you've hit a glory hole.
Jerry,
I'm not going the other place, guys. I'm not going too early in the morning.
Oh, man. I'm glad Jerry chimed in with that because, that's why they were asking him that question.
It is the absolute glory hole.
And see, people are still asking Jerry.
I want me some glory hole.
Hey, everybody's got something.
It's there. Now, I believe Clowney is going to wear 96.
I think so.
Me personally, I'd have given him number 11. I would have. Although Clowney said he's not here to replace one Micah Parsons.
No. That's Michael Parsons. I'm just Davion Clowney. I'm coming here and do me and just do my thing and try to help in any way I can and play football.
When the trade happened, though, did you say, hey, maybe that's a spot that could use me?
Sure, I said I could have been a spot I can use when he was here. Mm-hmm. I felt like they could have used me with him also. I could have helped them, but like I said, everything happened for a reason, and I'm here now, and I'm just, glad and for the opportunity to be here to keep playing football in 12 years, and I just want to, compete, man, and go out there and keep showing. Everybody asks me, what make you want to keep doing this 12 years? You got the money and all, but it's the competition, it's competitive in me, man. And as long as I got that competitive edge and that fire, I feel like no matter my age, I can go out there and do it.
Well, the Cowboys are hoping you can still do it. Decent year last year. Bring him in this year to add a little depth, and you're right, he is behind Dante Fowler on the depth chart right now. It'll be interesting to see how much playing time he gets. I'm assuming he'll get some just to work him in there and shake the rust off, but it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, he says he doesn't need much of a ramp up and will play against the Bears.
Probably not. We're going to see. This ain't my first time jumping into a season. I think I done did it a few times throughout my career going week one and just playing football. So this ain't nothing new for me. Just, like I said, knocking off the dust and just getting back in football shape, different in training. So probably a few weeks, but like I said, it's nothing I haven't done before in my career. I'm just a little older now, and we're going to see.
That makes a difference, Jadeveon. I'll tell you that. Father Time is undefeated. Probably takes a little longer for him to get out of bed.
Maybe.
A little longer to do a lot of things.
Maybe. And again, this is a guy who was the number 1 overall pick at one point. And he has traveled around. How many teams he's been to now? Is this number 7?
7? Yeah.
This is number 7. And you know how you hear a lot of guys, when they leave Dallas, bitch about Dallas. Whether it's a Dalton Schultz or DeMarcus Lawrence, you hear a lot about that. The way Jerry takes care of his guys, certainly one of the reasons why Jadeveon Clowney wanted to be in Dallas.
I was just excited that, to get down here. When I seen the place, I was like, oh, man, these guys, they got it made. I've been on 7 teams, and this place is a lot different than any place I've been. They got a lot for these guys. They're a little spoiled, Jerry spoiled his team, so I was like, you got to come down and play well when you're getting spoiled like this. So you're just trying to come out here and compete. You want to be in a place like this for a while when you're playing. So try to put it all out there. Just play good. Just stay around.
Spoiled in what way?
Look around. Look around. Look. You been in other? Yeah, it don't look like this all the places. So, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you walk in, it's like the weight room nice. You want to get in there and work out. It's giving you that, oh, man, let's get it going. So you got a lot of nice stuff around here, and it's easy to walk in the building and come to work when it's like that. It's like a very nice setup. So
very nice setup. Hey, we've been to the Star. It's beautiful.
It's incredible.
It's incredible, man. And he's right. And Jerry will take care of his players. He does that. And so it's hard for me to imagine. And it may be a zoo at some point in time, like that has been Dalton Schultz said when he left.
Has been.
Yeah, that guy. But you know what? You take it with that. You're getting more attention than you're going to get with any other team in the National Football League.
Well, look, you listened to Jadeveon Clowney talk yesterday, and it made it sound like Carolina was the witness protection program. He comes to Dallas, he's going to be on TV a lot.
A few reasons. I like the secondary. I like when they got Kenyon Clark for the inside. And I said, I think I can help that team. I just needed some edge rushers, and I felt like I can go out here and help this defense. And that's why I told them to call down and see if we can make something happen.
And again, there's that. And he did talk about being on TV a lot.
I'm really saying they ain't had no selling points for me. I was sold because my whole thing is people like you say, I'm getting older, how much you got left in the tank. But I got 7 primetime games to prove, show the world. So that was my whole thought on coming down here. I get to play primetime and put myself out there again, and the sky's the limit again for me. And I don't feel like I'm getting old. Terrence Crawford just beat somebody at 38 years old, so I got a lot left in the tank, man. I just got to get back into it and have fun doing it.
Terrence Crawford reference. Wow.
Well, I mean, he beat Canelo.
I know he did.
Although
unanimous decision.
You look at those judges' scorecards, and whole nother topic. For a guy like Clowney, despite for a guy that never played up to his expectation, being a number 1 overall pick, at this point in his career, I really thought when he left, you're chasing a ring at this point, right?
Yeah.
He seems to still think that he could play at a high level. And you get an older player like this that wants to play. He doesn't have to play. He wants to play. That's going to be good for this Dallas Cowboys team, I think. I mean, he's been around the block. Seems like he's checked the ego enough because, I mean, he's read everything that's been written about him. He knows the truth. I mean, he was down there in Houston with J.J. Watt. I mean, think about all the attention J.J. gets, and then you got Clowney. You know what I mean? But this is a guy that wants to continue to play. He could go do whatever in the world that he wants to do. When you get a guy that's hungry, that wants to be there, the risk-reward, that's a great signing for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, we'll see. I mean, time will tell whether he is or not. I wish he could play in the secondary. It's too bad he can't run a little faster. He's tall enough. That would help back there, but that's the problem.
He likes to move forward, not backwards.
Well, yeah.
But again, I mean, you think about the help in the secondary. Jerry was asked this morning on 105.3 The Fan about a Stephon Gilmore, and again, the Cowboys just must not like him because they don't even want to bring up his name. I mean, they're good according to all the Joneses.
We've got help on the way. We are talking about in the secondary, and yes, we've got help on the way, and it's internally. And of course, Bland wasn't out there, and we've got certainly Ravel, our outstanding young corner, and frankly, maybe one of the best corners as a young corner that I've seen us put on the roster. Well, he's on the way, and we'll start looking at him. I think he was, from the start of the first game, he was 4 games out when he would be available for us to get. Once you put him in a certain status, and he wasn't available to start the season, once you put him in the status, he's 4 games away. His injury situation right now will allow him to be there in the 4th game or after the 4th game.
Well, that 4th game, by the way, just a reminder, is against the Green Bay Packers at Jerry World.
Yeah, but he won't be available for that one.
So,
yeah, he doesn't get to see Jordan Love.
Or Micah Parsons. Or anybody, for that matter. Except the people on the sidelines. I don't know. It's crazy. The Texans, well, have I mentioned that Pledger's Texans screwed me last night? Completely screwed me last night. We're going to talk about what went wrong for the Houston Texans. And the Chargers, are they for real? That's a good question. I think they might be. We'll talk about all of that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me ask you a question. You've been thinking about replacing your doors or windows? Whether it's 1, 2, or you want to replace all of them, you want to get the best price and the best quality. Well, I've got a company that's just for you, Windows and Door Renovations. You got to give them a call and compare. Whether it's a window or door project at home, or if you're a contractor, Windows and Door Renovations. That number is 210-284-7888. Offering a wide variety of designs, styles, and materials, you save more with window technology that helps maintain your home's temperature. What does that mean for you? Well, it makes your AC work less and your electricity bill go down. Like they sell Anderson windows. That is high-quality stuff. All of their work comes with a lifetime warranty, but they have the best price. Call them, 210-284-7888. They're proudly veteran-owned and committed to supporting our military community. Hey, for more info, you can also look for them on Facebook as Windows and Door Renovations. Give them a call today. Don't sign a contract with anybody else until you check out Windows and Door Renovations. That number again, 210-284-7888.
The Fall Golf Classic is sold out, but the party's just getting started. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star invites everyone, yes, even if you aren't playing, to the official Fall Golf Classic after party happening Monday, September 29th at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road. Mad props to this year's tournament sponsor, the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chum Club, who hits back when life hits hard, and plenty of Sports Star love to Fly by Yingling and PPM Motorhomes too. The Blitz with Jason and Joe kicks off the party live at 2 p.m. So sneak out of work early, call it networking, and raise a glass with us. So whether you're playing in the Classic or just want to crash the party, you're officially invited to the Sports Stars Golf Classic After Party at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, Monday, September 29th at 2 p.m. sharp. Details at sasportstar.com. See you at the Break Room Bar. Golf shoes not required.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Orthopedics. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Orthopedics, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Orthopedics.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Orthopedics. We fix pain fast.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/sports. openphone.com/SPORTS.
Hey, Sarah. Heard about your car accident. You okay?
Well, let's see. My car's toast, my neck's a pretzel, and the insurance guy ghosted me faster than my ex. So, peachy.
Remind me why you haven't called Thomas J. Henry Law yet?
Calling an attorney is weird to me.
Yeah, you should totally trust insurance who profits from underpaying you.
I'm picking up on your sarcasm.
You need to pick up the phone and dial Thomas J. Henry Law.
Car accident? Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com today. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Well, you like this music? I'm going to give you a chance to go see in this moment for free, September 25th at the Boeing Center at Techport. If you don't win the tickets, you can always buy them at livenation.com or listen all week long because we're going to have tickets to give away all week long.
In this moment, caller 9, the tickets are yours. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Band out of L.A. Reminds me a lot of Hailstorm, if you like Hailstorm.
Sure.
Their most popular song, Pledges and Playing, it's called Whore. Just saying. You going to go?
Is that from an experience or?
You got to listen to the music.
I'm just wondering, is that a bad day on a Saturday night? Damn whore.
Oh, you had that like good corn growl there too.
Well, I'm just saying
that was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
You didn't even try.
I've never heard of In This Moment, so I have no idea what their music's like.
It's like Hailstorm.
Yeah, I've heard of them, but I don't listen to Hailstorm.
Dude, Lizzie Hale's awesome.
I'm sure it's great.
He knows like 1% of the music we play.
I know.
Exactly. So you guys should play something else.
No.
Or you should broaden your horizons.
Nah, too old for that.
Good Thursday night.
Too old for that.
A little rock and roll show.
What, In This Moment?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It'd be fun.
Okay, good. You going to be there?
No.
Why not?
Honestly?
Yeah.
Because they're playing on a Thursday night. Wednesday night, I'm going to be at Flora's Country Store for a country concert. We're seeing a country guy, Joe Nichols.
That'll be good. You'll enjoy that.
And then Thursday is Seahawks Cardinals. Friday is football, and then Saturday I'm going to Kansas City to see Blink 182.
So
I need sleep.
You're not allowed to go to that concert because your wife's favorite team is playing. That's what you're telling me.
I could say that, but also I need sleep. I don't want to go. I tend not to go out Thursday nights, so I don't sound like Kevin Fowler. Kevin Fowler, great rock and roll guy. Chris Fowler calling the game last night for the Raiders-Chargers game.
Yep.
It was awful.
Well, the guy was sick. What are you going to do? You still got to go to work.
Was he sick? Was he tired? Was he? I mean, at what point do you just give him some hot tea and honey and some cough drops or
apple cider vinegar?
I mean, something. I mean, what was it? Sick, lack of sleep, whatever the case was. He didn't even sound like Chris Fowler, and the game was too boring to have an announcer that wasn't announcing properly.
Well, what do you do in that situation? I mean, if that happened to you on a Friday night, what are you going to hand it over to Nick?
No, you.
Me?
Yeah, you're staying late, buddy.
No, ain't happening.
You know, at this level, there is an emergency broadcaster. You just call the game sick and you deal with it.
That's it.
If you're doing ESPN Monday Night Football, don't you have an emergency broadcaster ready to go? So that's not the product? I mean, you're in Las Vegas. Yeah, I mean,
nobody has an emergency backup announcer.
I mean, Monday Night Football, shouldn't they? I mean, they're in Vegas. Brett Musburger somewhere around there in the building, right? I mean, somebody there.
At that time of night, Musburger was asleep.
You know, Fowler didn't get sick at 4:30 in the afternoon. He woke up that way.
He thought he could push through, man. He's not a guy that likes to call in sick. He wants to handle it. It's his job. He's got to take care of it.
He wants that game check. I get it.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
I did that. I woke up and I'm reading that. I think it was that bad. I really did not think it was that bad. The guy had a raspy voice. So what?
Did you know it was Chris Fowler before they showed him on TV?
Have we talked about this? I didn't know it was J.J. Watt. I didn't know it was Kevin Burkhardt. I didn't know it was whoever.
All right. Well, J.J. Watt you haven't heard doing games before. That makes sense. You've been listening to Chris Fowler call games forever.
Again, I'm not all that interested in what these guys do, and it's kind of background noise, to be honest with you. I'm watching the game and figuring out. I'm not one of those guys that just tunes in to.
You were still salty about the Texans losing.
Well, I was.
Even though I
was
told you
watching
all
the
week
game, though.
Tampa Bay was going to win.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I did.
Uh-huh. I'm glad you got one right, Minix. That's good.
It's about
Congratulations.
I mean, you were so like I'm on Tampa. You're, you were on. I mean, you got it right. You're gonna champion.
Kansas City was the only one I had wrong.
Mm-hmm. Last week.
I'm still right there, second place.
Yeah.
Pro Football Pick'em Challenge.
Exactly.
You can go there, sasportstar.com, and get in.
For you Houston Texans fans, not that I expect the lines to light up right now, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. What's the problem with this Texans team? C.J. Stroud did not look great last night. Looked hesitant. Outside of that opening drive, he did not look good. And that Texans defense, I mean, you held Tampa Bay to 20, but when it mattered most, piss poor tackling, and they go down the field, and they score the game-winning touchdown on a run. Now, I was trying to figure out what Tampa was doing there late. I know they had timeouts, but you throw the ball in the middle of the field, you get down that close, and they take Buck Irving out. Not that it would have helped my fantasy team last night. I got blown out. But I'm surprised they actually ran the ball on that play, and the Texans couldn't stop them. That's their strength. They ran right at their strength, and birds up.
Well, I think Tampa still had a timeout left in their pocket at that point in time. So if they didn't make it, they were going to use that and then go from there. There were a couple of things. The Texans, what they have it, first and goal inside the 5 and couldn't score. And so they got stopped on fourth down. They really missed Joe Mixon. I know Nick Chubb had a couple of runs, the big touchdown run that gave him the lead, but their running game is non-existent right now.
It is because, now granted, he gets the 25-yard touchdown run as Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are talking about their lack of running ability.
Houston running backs in this game, 14 carries, 32 yards. That's it.
118, what's that?
Chubb's got 18. Add to it, Nick Chubb. Touchdown Texans. They're on top.
And at that point, you're thinking, all right, they went for two, didn't work, so they're up 19-14. Just over 2 minutes to go. Game over. Texans are going to get a win on Monday Night Football.
Well, you would think because, right, the strength of their team is their defense.
Yep.
So you're thinking, all right, all the defense has to do is hold. And they had them. They had Tampa Bay. What was it, 4th and 10?
4th and 10.
And then somebody just forgets about Baker Mayfield and lets him run for 16, 17 yards.
Well, that dude was Houdini getting out of that. He was sacked. He was trapped. And the coverage, all the routes downfield, he gets by that wave, and he was, easily going to pick that up. How he escaped that was pretty incredible. That escape kind of reminded me in Super Bowl when Eli Manning was able to escape the sack and then throw the pass to David Tyree that he caught off his hat. It was just at that point, you credit Baker Mayfield for an incredible play. I think Houston on that fourth down play almost did everything right. They didn't get the sack. He escaped, but the coverage and the routes just cleared everybody out, so he was able to easily pick up the run.
But at some point in time, I mean, Baker Mayfield's not a statue. The guy runs. You would think somebody would be somewhere spying on this guy or somebody. Going for the sack, if that's what you were doing, fine. But, I mean, he had nothing but green grass ahead of him once he got out of there. And it just it baffles me sometimes because that was the same thing the Cowboys were doing against Jalen Hurts in the first half of game one. I mean, if they didn't get the sack, he was gone. But they adjusted in the second half and got it done. The Texans, not so much.
What was was it Bucky Irving that had that long run where he broke a couple of tackles that really got him set up in position to actually go score?
Did he break those tackles or was it just piss poor tackling?
It was piss poor tackling.
That's what I think too. It really was. It was. I mean, it was really bad. And it was. And Bucky Irving played well. And he scored the game-winning touchdown, and he played well.
No, White got the touchdown. Bucky did all the work to get down there, and then they handed it off to White for that 2-yard touchdown run with 6 seconds left. I mean, it was a fun game. If you're not a fan or gambling, that was kind of a fun, sloppy game.
It was just
to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think that's the way Tampa Bay makes you play. Did the same thing against Atlanta in game one. They make you play sloppy. It's physical. It's kind of clunky, and it's just that's the way they make you play. And they made Houston play that way. But, again, if the strength of your team is your defense and your offense gets you that go-ahead score, you got to step up and stop that team. And I'll give Baker Mayfield all the credit in the world. He made some plays on that drive. So I will give him some credit. But if that's the strength of your team, you're at home, you can't let that team drive down the field and score.
You hold Tampa Bay to 20 points in the game, and you lose. And I know the Texans' strength is their defense, but they've got some weapons on offense. Sure, we can talk about Mixon being out, the offensive line, but when you've got a quarterback like C.J. Stroud, who had the incredible rookie season, and where is that guy? And they've still got some talented receivers. Supposedly, their new offensive coordinator, Pledge was all excited about him after Slowick, was going to be a head guy. He was so with his new offense coordinator. I mean, you guys listen to Extra Innings with Pledge. You know what I'm. Where's it been?
They banished poor Bobby Slowick to never be seen again.
And old Bobby Slowick's probably sitting there thinking, "You guys blame me."
Yeah,
I mean, they can't run the ball, they can't block, but C.J. Stroud looks so hesitant. That to me is the bigger concern. His confidence level, there are times where I don't feel like he's an unconfident player, but he is hesitant. Is he waiting for everything to be perfect? He doesn't make a ton of mistakes, doesn't throw, and when I say mistakes, interceptions, he's not careless with the ball, although one of them, dude, he threw it right at a defender and he dropped it, and I think the defender was just surprised. Holy crap.
Right to me.
That would have been too easy. That's very unlike C.J. Stroud, but the hesitation on when to pull the trigger is what's surprising me. That offense has to score more than what they did, and like you said, 1st and goal and no points.
No points there.
In the play calling, I wasn't a fan of. And then the execution of said plays wasn't all that great either.
Well, they've got a great wide receiver in Nico Collins, who I think, Pledge, correct me if I'm wrong, about 6'5". I mean, he's a tall dude, isn't he?
9 targets, 3 catches.
Well, and some of those passes weren't catchable, to be totally honest with you. So there were like, it just seems like if you've got a guy like that in the end zone, because most defensive backs are 5'8". I mean, they're small guys. They run fast, but I mean, it just seems like if you just loft the ball up to Nico Collins, you get it done. And they could not get that done. We'll see how they go next week because they got to travel to Jacksonville. Don't snicker, Texan fans. That team's playing better nowadays, and it's not going to be a cupcake walk like it has been in the past. Texans in danger of starting the season 0-3, and that could be really, really bad. Charean Williams is going to join us about 5:15. We're going to talk some Dallas Cowboys football, what Jerry had to say today. I doubt we'll get into glory holes with Charean, but he did mention that and define it as well. But we'll do that coming up at 5:15. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, if you were watching the games last night, whether it was Houston losing to Tampa Bay, the Chargers-Raiders game, hopefully you made a little money making picks on Underdog. The best place to make picks and win money all season long. Of course, you can play in Texas, and it's easy, especially when the players cooperate, which some of my players did not last night on my pick'em entry form because, I didn't win cash last night. Was close on two of my entries. But you're picking higher or lower on predicted stats. Rushing yards, total kicking points got me last night from Cameron Dicker. Get all your picks right. You could win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you can play for as little as $1. So download the Underdog app. Sign up with promo code STAR to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. Again, promo code STAR. Millions of fans have won billions of dollars making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Blitz. 2 to 6 on YouTube and always at sasportstar.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
New Beyond Raw Lit V2 pre-workout. GNC's #1 pre-workout. Now with harder hitting energy, an intense mind-body connection, and enhanced endurance support. This isn't just pre-workout, it's precision engineering for your body. Turbocharge your workout with new Beyond Raw Lit V2. Available now at GNC and GNC.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
And Doug. Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now, we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu.
Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Nigel, why are you wearing a backpack?
I'm going back to school.
Folks, when your AC decides to flunk out or your home's plumbing is stuck in detention, you don't have to worry. At Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC, and Heating, our technicians are certified with all the latest technology and can fix any plumbing or AC issue fast and at a fair price because you deserve the A-plus service.
Gotta go, Joel. We're studying paper mache. I might have to pull an all-nighter.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899. License number TACLA 141-074-EM16004.
Don't you agree that it's a wonderful thing to save a dog's life? I certainly do, and I invite you to go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a $15 a month donation right now. Do it now, and Thomas J. Henry will generously match all charitable donations made this month online at puppyfoodbank.org. It's your chance to help save thousands of pets in our community, so please give a little to help save little guys like you. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org right now, and they'll send you a very nice gift.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Chargers won the nightcap on Monday Night Football last night. They beat the Las Vegas Raiders 20-9. But during that Raiders game, Tom Brady was seen in the Raiders booth with a headset on, raising a lot of questions and potential controversy. Brady is a Fox game analyst, but he's also a 5% minority owner of the Raiders. NFL has responded to this. They released a statement today saying Tom Brady did not violate any rules.
SportsCenter brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, happy Tuesday. It's after 5 o'clock. If you're getting off work right now, congratulations. You made it. You're getting into hump day. That's where it's coming. You made it. You made it. Middle of the week. That's where we are. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. And you got an update on Yordan Alvarez?
Significant sprain, according to manager Joe Espada. He will be out for a while. No real timetable put on it. Now, out for a while could mean a whole lot of things because regular season is winding down. The Astros in a dogfight with Seattle and Texas. They get the Rangers tonight, a game that you can listen to here on at 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 6:30. So a little 30 minutes of extra innings with Pledge today. And then postseason. Ankle sprain like that, who knows?
Could be a while. I didn't see it. You said you did, and it looked pretty bad.
You really want to gross yourself out?
No, I really don't.
Google it.
Okay, I'm fine.
Oh, look, Pledge is like, it's like porn for me. I'm just going to look this up right now. And I can search it on the company because this is going to make your it's one of those. Who's our doc today for the injury update? I would imagine Dr. Casey Tabor and his friend group, all those ortho surgeons, probably sent this around to everybody. Pledge is showing us on the screen now.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just stepping on home plate like he's done. Oh, God.
Yeah, that hurts.
Oh.
Wow. Well, sometimes it's like, man, yeah, I don't know if the plate was weird or if there was a rock or something. I don't know. It seems like it's.
Well, the home plate's a little bit slick. I think he just kind of slipped on it with his cleats.
Something happened because when his foot comes down, it's square.
It's but watch the top part
and
of the
then
ankle.
It just turns.
Oh.
Yeah, he's lucky that is not worse than it is. Although he's going to be out for a while.
Cut it off.
Yeah, do something. Put a peg on there.
I meant the video, not his ankle.
Oh, well, you can cut off his ankle. Put a peg on there and a shoe.
That was good.
Yeah. I'm glad you're proud of yourself. That's great.
No, it's
fantastic.
Yeah, that was gross. I'm not a fan of those kind of videos. Not at all. Astros Rangers tonight. The 2 full weeks in the NFL in the books. There are some surprise 0-2 teams. The Sports Illustrated Panic Meter, I think they did this last week. Kind of feels wrong. If you're a Chiefs fan, what is your panic meter right now?
Mine would be I'm not jumping off a cliff panicking because you're going to get some receivers back, and I think that's certainly what they lacked. Travis Kelce needs to learn how to catch a football again. That would help. Patrick Mahomes didn't play well against Philadelphia, so I'm not panicking given the leaders that are in that group. But certainly starting out 0-2 is not good.
Well, again, you get the Chargers are already 2-0 with a win over them. I'm not overly worried about the Raiders, the Broncos. Who knows? You know, when you look at just the winless teams in the NFL, some are expected, some aren't. The Miami Dolphins at 0-2, unexpected. And their coach, with his comments on trying to explain the difference between wins and losses, should have been fired just for those. They're 0-2. Panic meter Miami's got to be high. Jets 0-2. First-year coach, you're the Jets. Your expectations are what they are. Same kind of with Cleveland at 0-2. No real surprise. Houston being 0-2, Texan fan, panic meter, it's got to be pretty high.
I would panic, considering the way that they have no running game right now. C.J. Stroud not playing well. That offensive line is still a question mark. The defense last night gives up a game winner at home. I could see that happening at Tampa, but not in Houston. That's what was so surprising about that. So I think you panic. I mean, you're on the road at Jacksonville, a team that's obviously in your division and is trying to play better, and I think they are to some extent. And so that's certainly a game that's not a gimme if you're a Houston Texans fan.
You know, it's interesting because I don't think many of us would be surprised if Houston was 2-0 right now, even though they had to go on the road to open against the Rams, and they held the Rams to 14 points, and that defense couldn't score 9 whole points. But to be 0-2, I know I picked Tampa Bay to win, but most were picking Houston partly because they're at home and because of that defense. I think the panic meter in Houston, if they drop 0-3, would be a surprise. The surprising part is the 0-2 teams in the AFC versus the 0-2 teams in the NFC. Those teams, everybody that's 0-2 in the NFC, I think we all expected. Giants are 0-2. The Bears are 0-2. Panthers are 0-2. Saints are 0-2. I don't think anybody's surprised there. Your panic meter, if you're being real, that's kind of what you thought it would be.
Now, I think the biggest two panickers should be Kansas City and Houston at this point in time. I mean, they really should be. Two teams that were in the playoffs last year that obviously Kansas City was in the Super Bowl last year. So I'm panicking a little bit, especially Kansas City hasn't started 0-2 in a long time. Not in the Patrick Mahomes era anyway. And so you got to worry about them. But, again, they're going to get Worthy back this week. Rashee Rice is coming back after his 6-game suspension. And they just got to keep the boat afloat until they get some of these weapons back.
That's again, it's Patrick Mahomes. Until he can't do it, I think you just sit there and say, yeah. I mean, they don't have to win the AFC West. If they get into the playoffs, they've got a chance to get to San Francisco, where the Super Bowl is this year, because it is Patrick Mahomes. And we've seen them do it before, kind of a ho-hum regular season, and playoff time comes, and at the very least, they're going to be in the AFC Championship game. When was the last time Patrick Mahomes didn't make at least the AFC Championship game?
Well, it's been a while, but what I'm concerned about with Mahomes is he didn't look good. I mean, usually you talk about a Patrick Mahomes putting the Chiefs on his back and getting it done, but he made some throws that were just awful, just ugly in that game, and it wasn't the same Patrick Mahomes that we are used to seeing. Charean Williams from ProFootballTalk.com. She's joining us next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know me, you listen to this show enough, you know the Roo Pub is my go-to spot. Any big game, any big fight, the Roo Pub is the place to be with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. This weekend was incredible at the Roo. The Aggie game, the fights on Sunday for all the NFL action, last night with the 2 Monday night games. And when you get into the Roo Pub, go hungry. You know the food is fantastic. I know it's Tuesday. Plan ahead for tomorrow. Wednesday, steak night. No reservation needed, but it's 12-ounce ribeye, $19.95 with your potato, your salad until they run out. So make sure you take advantage of that. It is a great steak as well. They do it right there at the Roo Pub. They have the biggest and best wings in town. I love their fried shrimp. They got about 15 different burgers on the menu, great hot dogs, great appetizers, and I'm told the salads there are wonderful. And that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Angry Elephant, the Roo Pub. We'll see you at the Roo.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to SASportsStar.com now and register to win. SASportsStar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Football season is at Tamalitos Mexican Restaurant with daily specials that hit harder than a linebacker and game day plates that score big. Tamalitos is your go-to plate. Proud sponsor of the San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Tournament. Tamalitos, where every bite's a touchdown.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've been representing people injured in traffic collisions here in San Antonio for more than 30 years. After a collision, I've spoken to many people who wanted to believe that the other driver's insurance company would be fair and they really didn't need an attorney. They thought that the insurance company would pay their medical bills and do the right thing. I wish that were true, but trying to go it alone is a big, big mistake. If you have been injured, please know the other driver's insurance company has adjusters and attorneys working against your interest. If insurance companies were trying to get to heaven, I'd be out of a job, gladly. That is just not the world we live in, though. Call me as soon as you can if you are injured in a traffic collision. I do not charge anything to review your case with you. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should not do. If you want a smart and fair result, you'll need to make smart decisions along the way. And that is what I do. You and I will make smart decisions for you and your family, and we'll get justice and fair results. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet? RV wins! Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach? RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Summer's almost over, but the heat is pressing on. If you've got battery trouble, stop by AutoZone for free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99. And we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale. Now at AutoZone until September 22nd.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
How about them Cowboys? We rise as one in Texas, sporting handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam and lemonade on game day together because people are good for you, especially for us in Cowboys country. Presented by Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart. Byers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Byers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at byersbarricades.com. That's byersbarricades.com.
Fuel up like a champ at Tamalitos Mexican Restaurant, your San Antonio spot for daily lunch specials and game day flavor. Proud sponsor of the San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Tournament. Swing by Tamalitos today, where every bite is a win.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and
Well, a couple of down-to-the-wire games for two teams that our next guest cares very deeply about. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
And Charean Williams from Pro Football Talk joining us here on the Byers Barricades guest line. Charean, I want to start with your Saturday where the Aggies took out Notre Dame. You were there. You checked one off the bucket list, and the fact that they got the win just made that one even better, didn't it?
It really did. I told Notre Dame fans afterward I would have said it was a great trip even if the Aggies had lost, but it certainly made it better. The way they won, too, right at the end was unbelievable. It was a great weekend for sure. I'm still a little tired. The adrenaline's worn off, and I'm still a little hoarse, too, I think, if you can tell. But I obviously didn't have enough faith in my Aggies last week when you asked me who I thought was going to win. They did a really good job against Jeremiah Love, and that's why they won.
Well, I tell you, Charean, it was one of those games. I didn't have any faith in them. I don't think Jason did either. But
nope.
You go up to Notre Dame. It's a tough place certainly a tough place to win. But what does that do for the Aggies moving forward? A win like that. I mean, can that boost them, give them a little confidence as they head in now to the SEC schedule?
It can, and you see on social media, well, it's a program-changing win. They hadn't won on the road a non-conference game since, against the top 10 teams since, all those things. It was a great win. If you go out and lose to Auburn in 2 weeks, that's even worse. Like, that's a conference game at home. Like, you've got to build on this, and you can't say it's a program-changing win until the end of the season. So I'm not there with that. I think you go out and beat Auburn, and then we're talking about this could be a really special season. You're starting to build something. So I think it did a lot for their confidence and all those sorts of things. I think it's great that they have an off week this week. They need that. But you got to go out and beat Auburn. If you don't, the win over Notre Dame really doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean much of anything. You've got to beat Auburn. I mean, that's the next task. It's only, it's coach speak, one game at a time, and all that. But it's so true that that's the way you have to look at it. And it's on to the next game. And if you want to make the Notre Dame game a program changing win, then you go win the next one.
Charean Williams from Pro Football Talk joining us here on the Blitz. Charean, obviously a late game Saturday, early flight Sunday morning. To get back to watch the Cowboys and Giants turn that thing in the fourth quarter into an Arena Football League game. So many different takeaways from the way that game played. Defensively, awful. Penalties, awful. But Dak Prescott in the offense, and obviously Brandon Aubrey, there's nothing to complain about.
Yeah, I thought Dak Prescott played a great game, and he's played 2 really good games in a row. And, I think you're back to seeing him the way he was in 2023. Unfortunately for him, or fortunate for him, I don't know, maybe it's fortunate. He's going to have to put up a lot of yards and throw a lot of passes this season if the Cowboys are going to have a chance. I think they're going to be in a lot of high-scoring games where the defense just isn't going to be able to stop the other offense. But it's obvious that no matter how much time's on the clock, that he's got a chance with those 2 receivers in Lamb and Pickens to get it done. And he did that and set Brandon Aubrey up. And Aubrey did what we expected him to do, and he made those 2 field goals, becoming the first kicker in NFL history with no time left in regulation and no time left in overtime to make kicks. And the 64-yarder obviously was pretty special, as was the 46-yarder to win it on the last play. But that 64-yarder was something, and you never had any doubt that he was going to make it when he went out there. I mean, I was going ahead and writing the overtime story at that point because you just knew he was going to make it. That's how good he is.
Yeah, it's interesting, and what a luxury to have a kicker like that you feel pretty confident. And Shotty said he'd probably kick him from 70 yards if he had to do that. So I think it's certainly a luxury. Let's turn the page though and talk about the part that wasn't so good, and that was at secondary. And I'm curious what you think, Charean. And obviously Jadeveon Clowney signed by the Cowboys, I think might help in the situation a little bit. We hope anyway. Is it the lack of pass rush, or is that secondary playing just poorly?
I think both. It's a combination. They're not getting the pressure, which we all figured that was going to be the case. And we don't get the pressure. The quarterback has more time, and the receivers have more time to get open. You're asking the DBs to do a lot of covering for a long time. But, the loss of Bland was big. And Diggs probably doesn't even need to be playing right now, to be honest. Like, he's really struggling with that knee. Will it ever get right? Who knows? I don't know. They probably don't even know whether it will get right, but he's not playing very well right now. So they have to hope Bland, he has a chance, comes back and plays this week. That will help. When you get the rookie back in there, Ravel, that's going to help. I don't know how much he can help. He's missed, everything. But, you get him in there and see he's better than some of the backups they have. But Elam's not been very good. Diggs has not been very good. The safeties have not been very good. So it's a little bit of both, I think. They've just got to play better across the board than what they've played so far.
Charean, when you think about the secondary, how well they seem to have played against Philadelphia. I mean, A.J. Brown didn't get a catch till the fourth quarter. And for Russell Wilson to show up and throw for 450. Now, granted, a lot of those, he's let Malik Neighbors go get it, let Robinson go get it. And, of course, Donovan Wilson got the one, but that's what Russ was doing seemingly all game. How much of that, I mean, it's hard to figure out. Is Deron Bland that important to this defense that they could look that differently one week to the next?
Well, I think, first of all, the Eagles didn't play their starters in the preseason as the Cowboys didn't. And I think that you start out slow when you do that. So I don't think the Eagles were nearly at their best. I think they look better in week 2 against the Chiefs. I think they will continue to look better and better, and I think they will play much better against the Cowboys the next time these teams play in AT&T Stadium. I think that was part of it, and I do think Bland makes a big difference in how this defense plays because you can put him on the other team's best receiver and expect him to win the majority of those one-on-one reps. I think it helps to have a cornerback like that, and I think he is that guy that you can do that with in most games. So that's a lot of it. Other than that, I don't know. Like, they did look much better in the Eagles game, played much better, gave up fewer yards. And my first thought in the Giants game, if Russell Wilson's going to throw for 450 against you, what are some of these other quarterbacks going to do? Because frankly, he's not as good as a lot of the other quarterbacks that you're going to face this year. So they've got huge tests in front of them. I thought in the Eagles game, they blitzed more and did a much better job of getting the quarterback in the second half, getting to Jalen Hurts in the second half with those blitzes. And I don't know, I haven't looked at any stats, but it seemed to me just from looking at the game that they didn't blitz nearly as much as they did in the second half of the Eagles game. And maybe that's what they're going to have to do. Stunts and blitzes and some other things that you would hope you wouldn't have to do, but they're going to have to do that because they don't have the guys at the edge rusher who can win one-on-ones. They just don't. I mean, that guy's gone. You know, he's in Green Bay now, that guy that could win you those one-on-ones and make things easier on the other side. He's gone. So you're going to have to do some different things to get to the quarterback.
You know, having said that, Charean, and you're right, the pass rush hasn't been there, but the run defense has been better. And I think Kenny Clark has made a little bit of a difference there. So it's kind of like picking your poison here, I guess, in a way. Jadeveon Clowney signed. Does that help? Are you hopeful that he was signed and he's going to help that defense?
Well, it can't hurt. Do I think he's going to come in and be a Michael Parsons replacement? No. Guy's never had – I think he's one of the most overrated players in NFL history. He's never had double-digit sacks, number one overall draft pick, never had double-digit sack season. Go look it up. 9.5, most sacks this guy's ever had. 3 Pro Bowls. They were a long time ago, 3 in a row with the Texans. It's been a long time since he's played with the Texans. Again, he's better than what they had. I think he might be the best pass rusher that they have on their roster. He hasn't played. He hasn't practiced. How long is it going to take him to get up to football conditioning where he can go out there and really help you? I don't know. But, yeah, again, he can't hurt. I like the signing. Having said all that, I do like the signing because I think you had to do something to try to upgrade. It's going to be a pass rusher by committee. We've seen the Cowboys do this so many times. Last year it was a running back by committee. Before that, it was a wide receiver by committee, and they had to trade for Amari Cooper in the middle of the season. These committee things don't work. Like, you need legit players who can play, not committees of mediocre to good players who can rotate in there, and you think they can be – it just doesn't work in the NFL. You have to have good players at those positions, at any position, name the position. You have to have good players to make a difference. It can't be by a committee. And this is the third time we've seen the Cowboys do this. To maybe it works out for them this time, but it didn't work out the last 2 times. So we're going to find out if it's going to work as an edge rusher by committee and having this rotation and doing all this and Clowney joining that.
Charean Williams from Pro Football Talk joining us here on the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Dak Prescott is having a great start to the season.
Yeah.
Every metric, 2 games in, he looks fantastic. The play calling looks incredible. Guys seem to be on the same page. When Mike McCarthy took the play calling away from Kellen Moore, he told us all it would take 5-6 weeks before the offense to get in sync. And so I kind of go into this season thinking, okay, Schottenheimer, play calling, the differences that he's going to have in the offense versus what Mike McCarthy, it might look that way for this Cowboys offense for 5-6 weeks till they get it all on the same page. What is your thoughts on why this Cowboys offense has looked as good as it has, led by Dak Prescott over the first 2 games?
There's no running back by committee. You've got a running back, and you've got a good running back. He averaged 5.4 yards per carry, 16 carries for 97 yards, Devontae Williams. He's playing well, and you've got a running back who you can lean on and count on. He can be your bell cow guy, no question, but that helps. The offensive line being together, the only addition you've made, which is probably an upgrade. I love Zach Martin. He's a Hall of Famer. He's going to go in 5 years. But he wasn't very good last year, and I think you've upgraded at that position. And he was out a lot, but I think you've upgraded at that right guard position. And the rest of your offensive line is back. Tyler Guyton's a better player than he was last year. All of that helps. And then you have 2 number 1 receivers that you haven't had since you had Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. It's the first time since then. So I think all those things together, agree with you. Dak Prescott's playing great. The play calling's great, but I think those things certainly help you be the type of offense that they've been so far, and for Dak Prescott to be as productive as he's been so far is because he has a running game. He has a good offensive line. We're going to see if they can be great again, but a really good offensive line. and he has two really good wide receivers.
You know, you say good offensive line. Obviously, Cooper Beebe being out for as long as he's going to be out is going to hurt. But I think Brock Hoffman has played center enough in spot duty that I'm not overly concerned about that. Are you?
Yeah. No, I'm not. And they'll have a week of practice this week to get down, you know, the cadence and all those things. I think they had one snap that wasn't real good. But other than that, you know, I thought he played okay. And he's played okay. The two, I think he said, two starts at center now, some starts at guard in 23 and 24. They'll be okay. They'll be okay there. He's not as good as Cooper Beebe or he would be starting, but I think he's good enough that we're not going to see a whole lot of difference with him at center.
All right, Charean, before we let you go, they go to Chicago and get a win, and how much of a revenge game are we getting from Eberflus? Is he going to tee off on Caleb Williams?
Well, I'm surprised they opened as underdogs, to be honest.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything out of Chicago that tells me they have any prayer of winning this game. And just like I said, that 6.5 or 7.5 wins for the Cowboys to me was a super easy bet to bet the over. I think the Cowboys go in there and win handedly. I'm going to be surprised if they don't take care of the Bears and take care of them fairly early. So, I think they go in there and have a pretty easy game in this game. And if they don't, maybe we're looking at this a little differently, saying, boy, they just barely squeaked by two really bad teams, or they went 1-1 against two really bad teams. And the other one, they went into overtime. I think this is a game you got to go in there and kick the Bears in the teeth because you're a much better team than they are. And I think they are a much better team.
Well, I do too. I'm just hoping they're not looking ahead to the game the following week against one Micah Parsons in Green Bay.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll go in and be ready to play against the Bears and take care of business. And if they do, then that Packers game is going to be even bigger. You know, it's going to be different if they're 1-2 than if they're 2-1. You know, if they're 2-1, I think, you know, we really hype up that game even more. I mean, we're going to hype it up anyway. But if you're looking at it and you're going, okay, these are two pretty good football teams right now. Because I think we all think the Packers are playing the best, if not the best. I think they're playing the best in the NFL right now. But if you don't think that, you at least have them in the top three. If you don't know football. So they're definitely one of the top teams in the NFL right now. If the Cowboys are 2-1, then I think that's even a bigger game than it's otherwise going to be if the Cowboys are sitting there at 1-2 against one of the best teams in the NFL.
Follow her on Twitter at NFL Charean. Read her at ProFootballTalk.com. Charean Williams, always appreciate the time and the knowledge.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Charean Williams on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
Tom Brady in the booth, does it bother you?
In the broadcast booth, no.
Well, some people, it bothers them there, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But in
Owner's
the coach's
Coach's booth?
with a headset on. I don't know. We're talking about that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you are having any issues at your house with your plumbing or your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899. 651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. Plumbing issues, AC issues. Time to start thinking about getting your heater tuned up as well. Call Quartermoon, 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online, quartermoonplumbing.com.
The Fall Golf Classic is sold out, but the party's just getting started. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star invites everyone, yes, even if you aren't playing, to the official Fall Golf Classic after party happening Monday, September 29th at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road. Mad props to this year's And PPM Motorhomes too. The Blitz with Jason and Joe kicks off the party live at 2 p.m. So sneak out of work early, call it networking, and raise a glass with us. So whether you're playing in the Classic or just want to crash the party, you're officially invited to the Sports Stars Golf Classic After Party at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, Monday, September 29th at 2 p.m. sharp. Details at sasportstar.com. See you at the Break Room Bar. Golf shoes not required.
Football is back, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long, and you can play here in Texas. Hi, Jason Minix here from the Blitz. Love playing on Underdog because it's easy. You just pick whether you think your players are going to go higher or lower on particular stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, rushing yards. Get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you can play for as little as $1. So download the Underdog app. Sign up today with promo code STAR to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR. Millions of fans have won billions of dollars making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Again, promo code STAR on Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
George gets justice. Back to school isn't just about school supplies and lunch boxes. It's about your child's safety, school zones, crosswalks, distracted drivers. If someone's carelessness leaves you needing help, you need to get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. George and his team fight for families. You only pay if they win. Call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. At UMGC, turn your military rank into college credit. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Visit umgc.edu/SATX to learn more.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/sports. openphone.com/SPORTS.
Football season is at Tamalitos Mexican Restaurant with daily specials that hit harder than a linebacker and game day plates that score big. Tamalitos is your go-to plate. Proud sponsor of the San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Tournament. Tamalitos, where every bite's a touchdown.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the morning huddles. AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
when I used to fight, I used to say that the work was all in the training camp, and then fight night was like when you got to have fun. Is that how you feel about football games, or is there too much stress to have fun?
No, man, you nailed it, man. If you can't have fun playing and coaching this game, man, you are in the wrong damn business. It's exactly what you said. You work your butt off during the week. Sunday at 12 noon, man, that's why we do this, man, to go out there in front of the home fans at AT&T. And if you can't have fun doing that, like I said, man, you need to check your heart rate.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game, Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
$5:41 on a Tuesday. Been a great day. Good stuff going on. It is the best time of year, football season, all of that good stuff. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
You know, lots of comments on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page from earlier in the show when we were talking about Tom Brady, and I want to bring that back. It is interesting, the differing opinions on does it matter that he was in the coach's booth last night with a headset on versus being a broadcaster for Fox and the information that you get. And from all accounts, those TV production meetings, very open and honest, more so than what you see from a coach on a podium or players getting interviewed in front of their locker. I have no experience doing that in an NFL level, but other levels, and generally you do get a lot of honesty. It feels like the average fan just doesn't give a damn, but everybody that's played the game or works in the business has an issue with it, which those that have been in that level, I kind of side with them. Even I'm like, dude, you're making a big deal out of nothing. But it seems like all these former players, to a degree, talk about it being bad, except for Dan Orlovsky, who are like, what is he going to learn from the Raiders and share with the Raiders that could actually make them better?
Well, I don't know. It didn't. Whatever he was sharing last night didn't work.
Yeah.
That's for sure, especially with Geno Smith throwing 3 picks. I don't know. I'm having a hard time losing sleep over it, I'll be honest with you. I think it's a bad look, though. I wish he would have be a little more concealed, if you will, on that. It was a bad look, I think. And look, he's a minority owner, and you know, Pete Carroll, they admit to talking to this guy from time to time about stuff. So
yeah, a couple, 3 times a week.
I just don't know if you know, if I'm he's going to have the Cowboys coming up.
Cowboys,
this week.
Bears, and then I think the Raiders do play the Bears later on. So
and obviously the Cowboys play the Raiders.
And so you look at it's a perception issue more than anything else. You know, when you're trying to be on the up and up, you know, Ballmer trying to circumvent the salary cap. Your media people are treated differently than team employees. There's parts of the building media can't go into. There's times when you don't have open access to the locker room. There are locker room times. And then outside of that, the locker room is sacred. And Tom Brady crosses that line as a partial owner and a media type. If he were just former player Tom Brady and had no affiliation with Fox or the Raiders, he'd be invited to every locker room there is and, hey, come talk to our team and talk to our quarterbacks and do all that kind of stuff. But once you put on any part of that media hat, you need to be treated like every other member of the media. None of us could say, you know, J.J. Watt could not say, you know what, Texans are playing on Monday Night Football. Because I work every Sunday, I don't get to see them all the time. So, hey, D'Amico, can I get a seat in the press in your coach's booth? D'Amico would tell him no. And they're tight. They're good friends, but you don't cross that line.
Well, it's interesting. I wish he would ask that question, so you'd want to know if that was the case or not. And it's different a little bit with J.J. Watt because he's not an owner of the football team, not even a minority owner. So, look, obviously the NFL doesn't give a damn. They said Tom Brady broke no rules, that he did nothing wrong by sitting in the coach's box. So they think it's okay. Fox is not going to do anything about it because I think they're finally enjoying Last year, we were talking about Brady because he stunk, basically, at broadcasting, or that's what a lot of people said. This year, I think he's gotten a lot better. So I don't think they're going to do anything about it. So if they're not, then if I'm Tom Brady, I really don't give a damn what anybody else says. I'm going to do what I want to do until somebody tells me to stop.
That's it. Your Tom Brady does not care, right? I mean, if Tom Brady cared about the optics and thinking that this would look bad, he probably wouldn't have been so visible in the booth. I mean, the fact that he was wearing a suit as opposed to looking like one of the other coaches. If he were just, in a ball cap and a Raiders golf shirt, you wonder if they would actually notice Tom was up there, right?
Yeah, well, probably. Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, who's wearing a suit up there? Well, that's Tom.
He's got to look like an owner, doesn't he? If you're going to sit up there, you got to wear a suit.
He's Tom Brady.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then, of course, all the talk about Tom Brady doing this flag football thing with Saudi in Saudi money. Go, Tom. Go make all the nickels you can.
That's Gronk's going to be there. I think Saquon Barkley's going to play in that game too, and C.D. Lamb's going to play in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So all of them. And the NFL came out today, and they probably were pressured to do so, or were asked a lot of questions about it. This is not an NFL-sanctioned event.
No. The NFL is not like the live types.
No.
This is a whole different deal. They there are people. We're supporting flag football, but we're not doing business with those guys.
With the Saudis.
Yeah.
Go make some money.
Tom Brady can do whatever he wants
and
make
can.
all the money he wants.
Yep.
Unless you're a live golfer, it's good money. Right, Joe?
Well, I mean, live golfers, they took the money.
Mm-hmm.
At least Brady still competes.
In what?
Flag football.
Oh.
Broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
Ownership. He's a competitor. Live guys are not.
Mm-hmm. Let's do our injury update, powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com. Welcoming on the Buyers Barricades guest line, Dr. Casey Tabor. Lots of injuries to talk about, but I want to start with Yordan Alvarez's ankle. Joe Espada said he's going to miss the rest of the regular season. He'll be out for a while with that sprained ankle. I'm sure all you ortho docs were sending that video around because Yordan just stepped on the plate and his ankle buckled. It was crazy to see.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes freak accidents like that occur because it didn't look like he stepped awkwardly or abnormally. So I don't know if he's had a history of ankle. Sometimes if you've done that before, you're a little bit weaker in the ankle, but certainly a freak accident that's unfortunate for the Astros.
Yeah, well, no question about it, and the fact that he's going to be out for a while makes it bad. I want to ask you about a non-player. The Rams head coach Sean McVay tore his plantar fascia during their Week 2 win, and I mean, you don't hear about this, Doc, a lot. First of all, what exactly is a plantar fascia, and how long is he going to be hobbling around?
So the plantar fascia is basically the attachment on the bottom of the heel. And it's actually not an uncommon injury, but you'll see it a lot in basketball players, sometimes in football players. And I don't know if he got hit funny or jumped in the air when they scored a big touchdown. I don't know, did y'all see the Jim Harbaugh throwing was it Jim Harbaugh that threw his clipboard up in the air like 70 feet in celebration? Yeah. So I don't know if they scored and celebrated and it wasn't on TV because I didn't see the particular injury. But typically it's like a jump or a push off, and then they'll feel a pop in the bottom of their heel. And usually when they have that, it'll put an athlete out for at least 6 to 8 weeks, and sometimes longer, depending on how bad it's torn.
Yeah, speaking of 6 to 8 weeks, that's the timeline for Cowboys starting center Cooper Beebe. First, it was said to be a high ankle sprain at 6 to 8, and I thought that was odd. Now we're hearing a lateral sprain as well as a fracture of a small bone in his foot. What is he actually dealing with?
So most of the time, the fracture, if you have an ankle sprain and you roll it, kind of like Yordan did, on your fifth metatarsal, which is one of your toe bones, on the edge of that is where part of the ligaments will attach or one of the tendons comes down and attaches on that bone, and it's a real common bone that you can break with an ankle injury. And so they haven't really disclosed which bone that is, but I would guess that's the small bone they're talking about on the foot. And so it's an ankle sprain, and then it's usually an avulsion fracture, which means it pulls a little piece of the bone off where the tendon attaches. And those are most of the time non-surgical, meaning they don't require surgery to fix. He's probably going to be in a boot for 4 to 6 weeks with, hopes to return somewhere around that time frame.
Well, I tell you what, just listening to you describe that gives me the chills. Let's talk about Joe Burrow. He's hurt again. Obviously, they're calling it a grade 3 turf toe. It will require surgery. And my question to you, Dr. Tabor, is, number one, what's the difference? What is a grade 3 turf toe versus anything else, and why does it need surgery?
So most ligaments, whether it be, the plantar portion of the great toe, which is what turf toe is, or if it's your MCL, we've all seen guys get MCLs. Those are way more commonly talked about. And usually these sprains are described as being a grade 1 or a grade 2 or a grade 3. And a grade 1 is usually just they've tugged on it. It's a little bit inflamed. It's like a mild ankle sprain. It's not anything where the fibers are disrupted, no instability. It's just sore. And so those grade 1s, people, on a turf toe, they'll put them in a stiff sole shoe. I think Brock Purdy also had a turf toe, so his is a lower grade. So they'll put him in a stiff shoe. He might be out a week or two and then come back. A grade 2 is more of a tear, but all the fibers are in place where they're supposed to. And a grade 3 is usually a full tear, and part of those fibers have either flipped or moved, what we call displaced, moved where they're supposed to, and they're not sitting in a position to heal in the right location. So those are the ones that are most commonly will require surgery, where you go in and you put those fibers back together and put them in the correct location.
So his is a grade 3. Should we rename this something that sounds a lot more drastic than turf toe?
Turf toe, yeah. I mean, basically, you're getting your foot, your toe caught in the turf. Usually, somebody lands on you and it hyperextends your big toe. And in a quarterback, if that's his push-off leg, he has no power to throw. So that's the problem with these in throwers, and even a running back. They can't push off to run, and so it really, really slows them down. And I mean, they could come up with some other fancy word, but the reason it's called turf toe is usually your toe gets dug in and planted on the turf, and then somebody lands on the back of your foot, and the toe doesn't move; it just hyperextends up.
Oh, that makes sense.
And it rips the fascia.
So it does what?
It rips the ligaments and the fascia. They call it the plantar plate up underneath the toe, and it rips that. And if it bends back far enough, it'll be what they call a grade 3, where it's fully ripped and pulled off, and it's not in the vicinity that it needs to be to heal on its own.
See, I'm thinking medical terms need to, like it needs to be like, you did a what? Oh, my God, only 3 months? Cool. Turf toe, come on, dude. Let's get out there and play.
Dude, I just listened to Dr. Tabor explain all this. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times they name it after doctors, or Tommy John's after old baseball players. So you can name it funky names that people don't remember, or you can just be simple and call it turf toe.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll call this the Joe Burrow injury, Joe Burrow toe.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You're toe burrowed. You're screwed.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
You don't want your toe burrowed.
Nope. You don't. You don't. Dr. Tabor, thank you.
Well, that's unfortunately, that's the result you get when you're on the ground more than you're up, standing upright with the Bengals.
Very, very true. Very true.
Wow.
Dr. Casey Tabor with the injury update, powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com.
You know what's interesting about Joe Burrow is I'm reading articles that are popping up all over the day talking about Cincinnati failing Joe Burrow, which I think is interesting and could be true to some respect. He's been sacked. Well, you mentioned this yesterday. He's being compared to quarterbacks of
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck, yeah. And so who was sacked quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Burrow's, he's up there. And you wonder if that's true. And I'm not sure what his contract status is, but it looks like he's done for all intents and purposes this year. I mean, would he consider trying to get the hell out of Cincinnati?
They've done everything but fix the offensive line. They gave him his receivers.
Mm-hmm.
If they had any kind of defense, he probably wins MVP last year if they make the playoffs.
There's no doubt.
But he's always hurt.
He's always hurt. But he is sacked a lot. I mean, a lot. And so, some guys are just hurt. I mean,
yep.
That's what happens. Hey, Extra Innings with Pledge is coming up, a 30-minute variety of Extra Innings with Pledger. That's coming up. That's because we have Astros and Rangers starting here at 6:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Don't forget to join the fellas in the morning huddle with AJ and Rob. They'll get you started at 6 o'clock, and we'll be back right here at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on Hump Day. Have a great night, everybody.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.